He's live. He's live. He did it despite everyone praying on his downfall. Despite everyone coming out against him. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Come on, man. You can't keep the kid down. You know what I mean? You can't keep the kid down. We're here, dude. Sunday night live stream, baby. All right? Now we're going to rock. We're going to roll. That's what we're going to do. Bay Area throwbacks in the house. You know what I mean? Bay Area throwbacks in the house. Listen to my voice. I'm still not dropping out of this race. We got till Tuesday. Now here's the thing. Do I keep not dropping out of the race past Tuesday? Or does it have to be retired? I want to keep it going. I don't want to drop out of this race, dude. I don't want to drop out of this race at all. I don't know why I'm doing that with my voice. All right, we're going to talk about some stuff I got, okay? We'll talk about that later, actually, okay? We're going to talk about that later. I didn't put it on the little thing up there, but we're going to talk about some cool things that were found maybe in a stadium that's no longer in use by a major 4 sports team or something. I don't know, dude. I can't confirm nor deny where these things came from. Okay? Seahawks lost. Today was a good day. So did the Cowboys. And the bye week, we were up on the bye week by 10 going into the 4th. They almost came back. The bye week almost came back and beat us, but we're okay. We made it through. Prime time, baby. Okay? Life is a race and we never drop out. All right, say no more. Say no more. We're not dropping out of this race. I want to talk about just Halloween. See what you guys did, what you guys were up to. I didn't do anything. I was working. So, cool hat. You like the hat, dude? LastDiveBar.com. Use code GAMER or Jenny, whichever one you prefer, whichever one's easier to type for you, and save 10% off. This is the trucker hat. This is the Last Dive Bar Oakland Coliseum trucker hat. They just put out the fitted hat. I think it's sold out like immediately. I didn't even get a chance at it. Dre Greenlaw's list is week to week now. Dude. It's on and popping when he gets back. It's on and popping when Dre Greenlaw gets back, dude. What's up, Richard? How you doing, man? Saquon Barkley's reverse hurdle today, dude. Whoa. You know what I mean? Whoa. I really hope. Sorry, I've still been under the weather, still been battling, but but then I'm kind of a hypochondriac, so then I'm like, well, am I just dying? Is it just a incurable disease that just hasn't been identified yet, and I'm just dying because I've been under the weather? With like Saquon Barkley, how good he's been this year. Derrick Henry, the resurgence of Derrick Henry this year. And of course, like CMC's incredible year last year. I really hope the running back market kind of goes back to normal and they stop trying to shortchange it. And do, so many teams have been trying to just do running back by committee and save money on their running backs. But where's the fun in that? Where's the fun in that? The kid has to sneeze. Oh! Oh! Is it an incurable disease? Am I dying? I'm not okay. I'm okay. I'm not dropping out of the race. I watched scary movies with my lady and gave out candy. 2 of my former students came to my house and gave them the candy, but I was wearing my Michael Myers mask. So the Halloween night watching Final Destination. Yeah, Saquon Barkley, man, has been going off this year. What else happened? The Cowboys got stomped. We love to see it. Ravens went crazy. I don't know. I don't know what else happened. But stuff happened. I'll tell you that much. The Vikings and Colts are kind of in, I wouldn't say a snoozer. It was an alright game, but not a lot of points being put up. Justin Jefferson was going crazy without putting up points. What's up, Gabe? Huh? But yeah, I don't know. If I think of anything else with sports, Matt Chapman and Patrick Bailey got the Gold Gloves. That's really the prize. The Gold Gloves is really what you play for. You know what I mean? Who cares about the other stuff, dude? As long as you get the Gold Gloves. As long as you get the Gold Gloves, who cares about the other trophies? Who cares? They really play for the Gold Gloves. That's really what it all comes down to. That's what it's all about. Nobody cares about the other stuff, you know? Lions went into Lambeau and dominated. Actually didn't see that game at all. But I know the Lions have been playing really, really good. What are they, 7-1 now? Matt Olson was robbed. Oh, no. I didn't see who else won Gold Gloves, by the way. What else? Oh, man. The Dubs, dude. A nice little start to the season, even without Curry in like half the games. Nice little start to the season, dude. Buddy Hield, huh? Going off. Kuminga getting some meaningful minutes. We love to see it. We do. We love to see it. I'm trying to go to Warriors games soon. I'm itching. Yeah, like, so what else? What'd you guys do for Halloween? Who dressed up? What'd you dress up as? Gabe was what? Puss in Boots. Here's the thing. So, my mom lives in a pretty nice little neighborhood. My stepdad's house. And there used to be not a ton of kids, but there was enough kids that would be running around. My mom said that this year there was like 5 people that came to the door. Oh yeah, Sharks won 3 in a row. Yeah, my mom said like 5 people came to the door, and she's noticed that it's kind of dwindled every year, less and less kids, even though the neighborhood really hasn't changed too much. It really made me think, like, I feel like the days of old trick-or-treating are gone. And I'm not trying to do this as like an old man, like, oh, things have changed and it's stupid. I'm just saying I feel like things have changed. And I feel like most people go to like designated neighborhoods or events now to trick or treat. And there's way less of just every neighborhood kind of doing their thing. And I think there's definitely pros and cons to either. But I feel like maybe kids will be missing out on socializing with their neighborhood and getting to know their neighborhood more and their neighbors. Because I remember there's so many things I learned about people that lived in my neighborhood by trick-or-treating. And I would get to know people more. And as kids, I remember I would run around and try to scare other kids in the neighborhood. Like in a fun way, not in a messed up way. We would all try to, scare each other and stuff. And I feel like that's not happening nearly as much across the board. Like, obviously, there's still neighborhoods like that, but so many people I know now, they go to like designated neighborhoods where it's like, oh yeah, that neighborhood, all the houses decorate and they all have a ton of candy and everyone just hoards or bombards that neighborhood, you know? I don't have any pets right now, Richard, but I want pets really bad. It's just where I live and my lifestyle, it would be very hard to properly treat a pet. And so, yeah, but I want a cat or a dog. I don't care. I like both. I do want one. I don't have one. Kids don't trick-or-treat anymore. It's so sad. I'm happy I grew up when I did. The end of things actually being cool. Also, you don't see houses all decorated like I used to. Yeah, my mom is a big decorator. So my mom will decorate the heck out of her house, and it'll be like the only house on the block that's decorated now. Kids are starting to suck at experiencing trunk or treats ruined it. So you guys are all being super negative. You guys are doing the old man yelling at the cloud thing. Just because things change doesn't mean it's worse. It's just different. And I know we all appreciate the way it was for us but that doesn't mean it was better just because we went through it or just because that's how we liked it. You know, I was always knocking. Yeah, I mean, I lived in a neighborhood when I was a kid that like there was 3 parallel streets that were all kind of the same length. So I would just go up and down those 3 streets. That was kind of it. I didn't go super far when I trick or treated at home, but I don't know. It's just interesting how it changes. It's that darn television. Yeah, people say trick or treating died out because it's too dangerous now, but I don't believe it. I think people think it's too dangerous because fear mongering is such a it's such a prevalent thing with the internet. That's like the thing is like there could be a horrific crime near you that would happen before the internet, and you might not even find out about it unless it was in the newspaper. And now you can find out about it instantly. It's everywhere. So everyone's kind of more scared of everything, and fear mongering is used for agendas and stuff. So like, I definitely think a lot of parents think trick or treating is dangerous, even though it's never really been that dangerous. But I understand why people feel that way. Treats being given out, no tricks being done. Yeah, what happened to the tricks, dude? Where'd the tricks go? But again, I'm not trying to, I know things change, and just because I liked it my way doesn't mean that my way was the best way. Like, I know some of the designated neighborhoods that do it, and some of these events are really awesome. And I'm sure those kids are going to grow up and be like, oh yeah, why would you want to walk around a neighborhood? I walked around this really cool event. Like, I totally get that. But yeah, I mean, trick-or-treating our days versus not trick-or-treating now literally was better. About being old and hating on your generation is not the case with this argument. It's fact. I mean, like, maybe, dude. Maybe. But I'm telling you, some of those events are pretty cool. And I think some of those kids would probably prefer that if they were given the choice, because that's what they grew up into. Whereas we grew up into trick-or-treating with the neighborhood, and that's what we're into. And again, they still do. I know a lot of neighborhoods still do like huge trick-or-treating events. And there's was it like near West Portal in San Francisco? There's like crazy trick or treating. So I'm sure those kids will grow up being like, oh yeah, I'd rather go to that rich neighborhood and every house is decorated. But I don't know. It's just different. I'm not hating on it. It's just different. But what does make me sad, like I definitely have my preference. I miss the old school trick or treating, but what makes me sad is people like my mom who go through all this trouble of decorating and getting candy, and then like hardly anyone shows up. What a letdown Flacco was tonight. Yeah, he was getting pressured heavily though, from what I saw. What up, Baxter? But yeah, this is another thing I noticed about Halloween. Used to be the spot. Now it's just a few houses. Yeah, man. I remember like my mom's neighborhood 15, 20 years ago. Or even more than that, like 25, 30. The streets were filled with kids. And now, like I said, they had five people stop by. And you know, to be honest, this is not an anti-immigrant thing, but a lot of the neighborhoods, like near her and in the Bay Area, a lot of the neighborhoods now have a lot of non-Americans, especially like in the Silicon Valley. Tons of non-Americans that came for the tech jobs and whatever, and they don't really celebrate Halloween. We noticed that in my mom's neighborhood. And again, not hating, just people, you know, different cultures. But because of that, like Christmas, barely any houses are decorated because so many of the houses now are non-Americans and people that don't celebrate Christmas. And you know, my mom lives in a pretty nice neighborhood, and we were lucky enough to live there because she married my stepdad, and he had bought the house in like the 70s. And then we just saw the neighborhood like go crazy with all the tech jobs and the tech boom and all that. And luckily they held on to the house, so they still have the house. Who's my favorite baseball player? Jeff Francoeur. Less than 10 groups of trick-or-treaters, and I had to like flag them down. Yeah, I saw a video of some kid. I mean, the kid had to be like 7, 8 years old, and he had a big bucket of candy, and he was standing on his porch, like yelling at kids down the street, like, "Hey, we have candy, like trying to get trick-or-treaters. So yeah, man, like our society's just changing in that way, you know. What up, Jennifer? What up? What's going on, everybody? Huh? What's up, Natalie? Huh? Legendary memory for me trick-or-treating as a kid was going to Jeff Kent's house. Oh, you dressed as him and getting his autograph. I think you told me that one before. That's super cool. One of my best Halloween memories was I had these neighbors. There's these two girls. They were around my age, and they would always have a lot of friends over. There were two sisters. They would have a lot of friends over for Halloween, and they would have like kind of a Halloween party. And then they'd all go trick-or-treating together. And sometimes I'd go with them. But one night they were all kind of just having their Halloween party, and I had one of the Freddy gloves with all the knives on it, you know? And I went to their like bedroom window, and I was hiding under it. And I was like going on the screen. It was warm because it's California Halloween, right? So they had the window open, but the screen closed. So I was like dragging the blades on the screen, and then they came to like look and like, what is that? And they looked out the window, and I just like jumped up and slammed my hand, and they all screamed and ran, and I just ran away laughing. I miss those days. House has skyrocketed since then. No, Ruben, it has, yeah. I miss baseball season. Me too, but this baseball season ended in a heartbreaker. My grandparents bought their house in the Bay in 74 for $14,000. It's insane, dude. Reverse Usher. Peace down, variety up. You know what it is, dude. You know what it is. He lived a few blocks away from me. Purposely bought his card in my back pocket, and he was giving out candy. That's so dope. I have air in my back, and I want to yank my organs out. Oh, man. Good Lord. Josie, what up? I'm having a winter band concert on December 14th. Do you maybe want to come and support me? What is December 14th? Because I think that weekend, I have 3 things to do. And I'll have to see. Oh, my schedule is changing in a couple weeks too. So I'm anxious to see how this is gonna. I think the 14th, I most likely am going to have to work, and I probably won't be able to get it off, Richard. But if something changes, that would be super cool. I would love to support that. If you're doing any fundraisers or anything, let me know. But the 14th, I most likely have to work. But my schedule is changing in a few weeks. I am making a slight move at my job, and it's going to be somewhat of a significant difference. Not huge, but enough that I'm hoping that it helps my overall life and being able to do stuff. Thought Bonds was your favorite. No, I was debating with someone who said no one's favorite player is Bonds. I thought he was yours. Yeah, no, it's Barry Bonds. Jeff Francoeur was a joke answer. Your video about the Donner Path made me mad at my girl. I told her we should do the hike you did, and she told me she doesn't know who the Donner Party was. Oh, come on, you gotta learn your history. How was the Niners bye week? As I said earlier, we were up by 10 in the 4th, and the bye week almost came back and beat us, but luckily we held off. Play the trumpet? Dude, I wish I was talented like that, but I ain't. But yeah, dude, if you're ever doing fundraisers and stuff like that, hit me up. I know you guys do that for like band stuff, so let me know. Play saxophone. Oh, by the way, I got a McDonald's Coke, not sponsored, but it can be, business email in the description. McDonald's, if you need help expanding to the West Coast, let me know. I will accept a sponsorship at a fair price. That was my favorite player too. He was God to me as good. Yeah, exactly. Barry Bonds is definitely my favorite player of all time. And he was, honestly, not to pull a like, oh, I like that band before they were popular. Bonds was my favorite player when he was on the Pirates. And it was because my family knew the Bondses growing up, and I knew about Bobby Bonds and Willie Mays and all that. So my first original favorite player was Will Clark, and Kevin Mitchell would butt up against him sometimes, right? But it was Will Clark, and then in the early '90s it was Barry Bonds, and Will Clark fell to the wayside. He didn't fall to the wayside, but he got edged out, and then I was actually bitter at Will Clark for many years when he left. I love Will Clark now, but yeah. So Barry Bonds was my favorite player. And then when the Giants signed him and gave him what was at the time a monster contract, I was over the moon, you could say. I barely knew anything about baseball at the time, though. I was super young, But Livestream is sponsored by McDonald's. It's not yet, but it can be. Joe Panic is your all-time favorite. All right. I love Joe. Gio Gonzalez and Kurt Suzuki. Interesting choices. I like that. And here's the thing that's funny is like a lot of times it's easy. Like a lot of people's favorite players will just be the best. And I'm not usually like that, except for like Barry Bonds. And Steph Curry he might be my favorite player ever. I don't know if he is yet. But when it's all said and done, Steph Curry will probably be my favorite player ever. But usually my favorite player is not just the best player. Like, I will die for Buster Posey, but he was never my favorite player at any given time. My favorite player, like 2012 to 2014-ish, was Brandon Crawford. And then it was actually Angel Pagan and Gregor Blanco were two of my favorites that I had. I had a Gregor Blanco jersey, which if you go back and watch my old videos, I showed him the jersey and he gave me a thumbs up and it was super cool. But yeah, I always like random players. Like Alex Smith was my favorite football player. Yeah, so I don't usually just like the best player, but Barry Bonds is definitely an exception to that. Eric Chavez, good choice. I like that. Stephen Vogt, another good choice. I love Stephen Vogt too. Stephen Curry, because I watched his rise to glory. That makes sense. I was actually, here's a funny story because the world has changed. I wanted to be Barry Bonds for Halloween as a kid. And for the youngins out there, okay, you might not realize this, but it's way easier to get sports merch now than it was. So I remember, this is how old I am. If you want to know, this is how you can tell. I remember when the New Era on-field caps first became available to consumers. Oh, that's right. Before that, you had to just get the regular snapbacks. Big boxy snapbacks. And it was, 1992? 93? It was around there. And my very first New Era fitted hat, on-field cap, was the Seattle Mariners. I got it because the Mariners had just changed their uniforms and stuff, so it was a hot new uniform, and obviously Ken Griffey Jr. So I got that hat so I could wear it backwards like Ken Griffey Jr. That was my very first fitted hat. But anyways, you couldn't just go buy jerseys back then. That might sound crazy, but go back and watch old footage of people in the crowds. You didn't see jerseys. So they didn't really sell the on-field jerseys back then. They didn't sell even like the replica fake jerseys. It was pretty much just t-shirts and crew neck sweatshirts. That was your options. So what I had to do was, my mom helped me with this. This is why I love my mom so much. She loved to do like arts and crafts and stuff. That's why she likes decorating now. And she was into like these little like, not mysteries, but like adventures to like figure something out. And I wanted a Barry Bonds jersey. And we found, I don't remember where actually now, but we found a blank Giants jersey somewhere. I can't remember where we found the blank, but we found a blank jersey, and then we found a stitcher or whatever in the South Bay that could do like legit uniform stitching. We took the jersey to them, we dropped it off, we came back to pick it up, and he had put Bonds 25. This is the mid 90s bright white block letter Giants jersey. Still had the names on the back. And he did it perfectly. And I was like the only person I knew that had like a legit like on-field Giants jersey. So I wanted to be Barry Bonds for Halloween. And because of that, I went through all that trouble to get like the most authentic jersey I could get. And there's so many Halloween costumes I've always wanted to do, but I've never done because I want it to be as perfect and legit as possible. I don't want a dumbed down version, right? And because of that, as a kid, I was like, well, I'm a white kid and Barry Bonds, he's African American, you know? So my stupid little face, I got brown paint, right, to darken my skin. And I tried it for a second. And I was like, nope. And luckily I didn't go through with it. And my mom was like, yeah, you can't do that. But I could have had these terrible blackface images, you know. Now, the thing is, it was, my intentions were obviously as good as they could be. Barry Bonds was God to me. He was the best person walking planet Earth. I wanted to look like him. And I was too young to understand why that would be a bad thing and why there's a history of blackface being a terrible thing in this country. Now, wouldn't it be nice if we were in a society where a stupid little kid could try to change their skin color to look like their hero? Yes, but you have to take into account the history of it. But anyways, I always thought that was funny. Panda and Kane, can't go back. Favorite basketball player used to be David Lee. Dude, I love David Lee too. My favorite player on those Warriors teams was actually Harrison Barnes. My dad's neighborhood, Miss Wilson, had a nephew named Ernie Young. He became my dad's favorite baseball player and gave my dad free tickets to an A's game. How cool, Richard. Favorite Niners during Harbaugh tenure was Vernon Davis, Justin Smith. On those teams, it was Alex Smith. But, I mean, I liked so many players on those teams, man. It's hard to go against Patrick Willis. Yeah, starter snapbacks, like you couldn't get New Era hats back then. For football, your favorite was Janikowski. Man, you guys had some dark years if the kicker's your favorite player. By random favorites. Bruce Gradkowski and Michael Huff. That's another thing when it comes to the uniform. I mean, not uniforms, Halloween costumes. Do you guys notice the scary Halloween seems to be going away? Is that just my interpretation? Like, people still watch the movies and stuff, and there's still Halloween haunts. But when I look at people's costumes, I barely see spooky, scary horror costumes anymore. Way less. Like, when I was a kid, it was heavily scary costumes. And then occasionally there'd be little outliers like my Barry Bonds costume or whatever. And now it seems like the other way around. Everyone's like some cutesy thing or some pop culture thing. And then every once in a while you'll see a scary one. Hope CMC comes back in against the Bucks. I want CMC to take his time. I just don't want him to get hurt further. But yeah, man, I feel like Halloween is kind of becoming just more of just a costume party than like a scary thing. You know, Joaquin Arias. Interesting. Scary Halloween is getting soft because schools don't allow them. Oh, is that what it is? Schools don't allow it? Halloween is now cosplay. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. As a kid, I remember there being way more haunted houses accessible than there are now. Only seen one this entire year. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be scary anymore. It seems to be just like... It seems to be just random stuff. Yeah, just cosplay. Like, whatever's cool. Whatever's just like... a popular movie or like yeah, man, I don't know. And again, I'm not saying this like an old man yelling at a cloud. I'm just saying it's changing. Students at my middle school dressed up for Halloween. There was a lot of scary costumes. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I just barely see it. I mean, Gabe was Puss in Boots, dude. That's not scary at all. You know what I mean? Do you have your own Oakland Coliseum replica? Well, because of Gabriel Gamer Athletics, I do now. I did not get one the day of, though. But I did get one finally because of Gabe. Even though he hates me every once in a while, he does something really nice for me. He does hate me, though. Okay? Now, what was I going to show you guys? Let me find this. So this is the kind of thing I post in the Discord, but I just want to do a little nostalgia bomb for you guys. For the people who are like my age-ish, you know. Also, I didn't bring it up yet, but the softball game, the Reggie Jackson softball classic game video should be out this week in a couple days. Why does Gabe hate me? I don't know. You gotta ask him. He just hates me. To be fair, Halloween seems to have lost its touch to there being more cosplay events and more chances to dress up. Yeah, maybe. Just wait until you see how much I hate him. Just wait until he gets the present I'm sending him. Dude, stop, dude. You have to stop with that. All right. Here's a little nostalgia bomb for you guys. Oh, first of all, I like this costume, though. I like this costume. This costume's awesome. All right, do you guys remember these? Huh? These little weird things every teacher would have in their classroom. Bay Area throwbacks. Do you have this up in your classroom? If not, you're not a real teacher, dude. You're not a real teacher if you don't have these things up. Okay? And these are my favorites too. You saw these everywhere. When you were a kid my age, these were everywhere. I always thought that skull was really cool. I don't know why. But it's crazy. I saw these posted and I was like, oh my God. Like, it's like when those images hit you and just brings you back to your childhood. How do you remember playing with those until they broke? These things, they were super flimsy. Bro, if you don't have that, you're not a real teacher, bro. Doors that way. Doors that way, dude. And then my all-time favorite Halloween decor. So these, I think this is because I've been a pretend artist. I've been cosplaying as an artist my whole life, right? I try so hard on this channel to be an artist, even though I'm a terrible artist. But these skeletons were always so cool to me because of how they were drawn. And the little like light bluish green, like almost like a teal highlights, for some reason as a kid I thought was so cool. It was one of those things where I was like, oh, that's cool how they shaded it like that. It just like pops. I don't know. That was always the artist in me. That's why Told you guys, that's why I like Disneyland, because I notice little details like that where I'm like, oh, that's really creative. And yeah, I remember these. These skeletons were the best. I love the way they're drawn. Going to Niners versus Lions? I might, Richard. I'm still deciding, but very likely I will be going. Yeah, man, I miss these skeletons, man. If anyone has these skeletons, let me know. I want them. They're super cool. But yeah, man, just a nostalgia rush, you know? Seeing these. Super cool. That's all. I want to share those. What else is going on in the world, huh? What else is going on in the world? Was there anything else I wanted to share here? What was your guys' favorite Halloween costume you ever were? Like I said, most of the ones I always wanted to do, I never ended up doing because, like, I wanted to do it perfect and I just wasn't able to. Like, I never wanted to do, like, the cheap costumes. I don't remember ever really doing the cheap costumes. Yeah, I don't know if I ever did the, other than, like, I would use components, you know, like, oh, this one, I'll use this cape or whatever, but there's something else I wanted to show you guys and I can't find it. Whatevs, dude. You know? This means I'm just going through like my pictures to see if I can find what I was gonna show you guys. Sorry, I shouldn't have coughed right into the thing like that. Shouldn't have done that. Dang, I thought. Yeah, I'm missing some stuff. Should have had it ready. That's on me. That's on me, folks. It is my nephew Frankie, as I call him, Frankie Fullhead, because he came out with a full head of hair. It's Frankie Fullhead's 3rd birthday, and man, the kid is awesome. The kid is awesome. Gotta admit, kid's awesome. I'm so thankful I get to be a funkle, you know? My niece and nephew are awesome. Alright, I think that's everything. Sorry, I was gathering supplies. Okay? Let me gather my supplies. Gotta get my gear. Alright. Raphael from Ninja Turtles. I like Raphael. I only had 2, so the Ninja Turtles costume. Awesome. What's up, Jamie? I have a funny one, not so funny one that I did. What's up, Shot Simple? To be as active today, having a rough day. I'm sorry, man. Please keep your head up, man. I've had those days. I totally understand, man. And hope you get through it. Funny one was a ghost that I cut the eyes too close and the eyes just kept ripping. So I would trip on it. So eventually it just became a floating head. I did want to show you guys this. Speaking of Halloween. So apparently at Universal Studios, I shared this in the Discord. So if you're in the Discord, you've already seen this. But there's a Universal Monsters ride, a dark ride, being designed and built right now. It's for Orlando, but I'm really hoping it makes it to California. That'll give me a for sure reason to go back to Universal Studios. What's the thing that you're holding in the thumbnail? I will get to that soon. But they got this Universal Monsters ride, and look how cool this is, man. Look how cool these animatronics are. Can I zoom in? Yeah. They got all the Universal monsters. Frankenstein, werewolf, creature from the Black Lagoon. Freaking, how cool is that, man? This is definitely a ride I need to check out. Please bring it to California, man. Please bring it to California. So cool. So cool. And this is the kind of cool things I share in the Discord, so join the Discord. Yeah, this is awesome. I really can't wait to check that out. I'm gonna have to go to Orlando. You know, I have to go to Orlando if they don't make it in California. Not funny. Mom forgot to buy us costumes. She just put a paper bag over my head and said I was groceries. I don't know. That's kind of the funny one. I don't know, man. I wanna bring scary stuff back. You know. I want more horror in my Halloween. Not as much cosplay. You know, how can I have to word this carefully because I can't say certain things publicly. Let's just say I saw a bunch of the crowd in San Francisco, which is, if you haven't been, San Francisco Halloween traditionally has been pretty insane. There was a lull for some years because they shut down like the Castro Halloween festivities, but now there's like Dance-A-Ween, where they take over whole city streets. Pretty much all the costumes I saw were non-scary. None of them were scary. I just want more horror in my Halloween. You know? I want more horror, dude. Also, all right. Speaking of scary, okay? AI. All right. Obviously, AI, everyone's discussing it. Nobody understands it. We're all wondering what's going on, right? Now, I'm not necessarily totally against or for AI. I understand that it can be a tool. And I understand that throughout human history, so many new technological advancements are deemed scary to people. Change is deemed scary. People think, people thought the motor car was going to kill all the jobs because they couldn't use horses anymore and things like that. AI is definitely a little bit different. But AI definitely has the potential to be worse than all the other advancements, right? And this is what I want to show you guys. This is on my commute to work. This is just south of San Francisco. Okay? Just south of San Francisco, just north of the airport. If you've never been, San Francisco Airport is south of San Francisco in San Bruno. It's technically San Francisco land, but it's a weird setup. So anyways, between the airport and the city, actually just south of Candlestick Point, where Candlestick Park was, they have this billboard. Stop hurrying humans. Hire Ava, the AI BDR. I don't know what BDR is, but the implication here is humans make spelling errors. Humans make errors, right? Let me see what BDR is. I should have looked that up before so I knew. Business Development Representative. So this sign is basically saying, hey, humans make mistakes. Our AI doesn't. Our AI doesn't misspell things. Is the airport technically Millbrae? Yeah, you might be right. But the land itself is San Francisco owns it or something like that. But it's kind of in between Millbrae and San Bruno, depending on which side you leave. So I don't know technically which side it's supposed to be in. This billboard makes me so angry. And I'm not against AI. I'm not totally against AI. But this to me is such an evil billboard. Like, the implication of like, stop hiring humans. And they could, outsource this to thousands of companies. So that's thousands of companies no longer providing jobs. So that whoever owns this, artisan or whatever small group of people owns this, they can benefit while thousands of others are screwed over. I do not understand how people can be this evil and probably don't even realize it. The people who put this up probably thought it was like clever. They probably think, oh yeah, we're just trying to get by. We're doing our thing. We're working hard. We're trying to, get rich, whatever. And they don't realize it's at the expense of many, many other people's livelihoods. Like AI, if we're going to use it as a tool, it should be a tool. It should not be a reason for rich people to get richer. It should not be a reason for rich people to be able to cut people off. It should make people's lives easier and better. And these people at the top have been doing this. I mean, they've been doing it for thousands of years. They've been trying, right? They've been slowly but surely cutting into everything. But in this country, especially the last, 80 years-ish, since like FDR's New Deal, they've been trying to dismantle everything. And just so their profit margin goes up. I just can't believe the nerve to put this up. It's unbelievable to me. Like, I'm going to send a meme that relates to the AI billboard on the Discord. All right, send it. Send it. Here's the meme. All right, if AI becomes sentient, who cares? What are you, scared? You can just do this. Well, that is funny. Obviously, it's a whole network connected across the globe, so this wouldn't work necessarily. And if they're taking away our jobs, they're taking away our jobs, right? And look, I work for a company whose whole business strategy is to get rid of humans for a one whole industry, basically. So while I work for that, I am also just a huge advocate for humans being taken care of. And the thing is, the technology I work for will also save a lot of lives, a ton of lives. Tens of thousands of lives every year would be saved with the technology that I work with, which also gives it at least that, right? But this is literally just helping your business more efficiently so you don't have to pay humans to oversee it. It's not saving lives. It's ruining lives. And I totally see the benefit of it. But to just say straight up, stop hiring humans is so evil. It's so evil. What are those people going to do? What are they going to do? Anyways, I'm sorry. Going on a little ranty rant, dude. We're ranting a little. That's what we do here. Okay? So AI, if we use it as a tool, I'm totally for it. If we use it as a means for rich people to get richer so that they don't have to provide jobs, not really into it. You know what I mean? Not really into it. You jerks, dude. You jerks. All right. Now this is the election special, all right? We got till Tuesday to see if our country collapses or not. Now, I haven't voted yet. I'm probably going to vote, do my ballot and drop it off tomorrow. And I hope everyone out there votes. All right? Vote your heart. Vote your heart. Billboard is literally evil. It is. It's evil. Well, I'll be home living on universal income per Elon Musk. That guy's, I don't want to get started. He does not want to do that for us. That's all I'll say. Now, if there was legitimate, I mean, look, that's what's crazy. What I think what's crazy about humanity in our society. We have enough know-how, we have enough technology and enough resources that we could all be pretty much living decent lives. And instead, because people like Elon Musk want to hoard it all, we can't. And it's just crazy to me. It's crazy to me that people won't do that for other people. It's like handicap spots in a parking lot. The idea is that we all collectively agree handicapped, disabled people have a rougher time, so let's collectively agree to hold a couple spots near the front so that if a handicapped or disabled person shows up, they have an easier time to get to the grocery store or the retail store, whatever it is. And there's still people that want to park in those handicapped spots. That's how selfish and greedy people are. It's just a couple parking spots. Just let them be. You know, just let them be, dude. Just walk. Just walk from 8 spots back. You'll be okay. You know? And even little things like that we can't sacrifice to help people out. And then we got people like Elon Musk hoarding all this wealth. More wealth than anyone's ever had in planet Earth's history. And then he advocates for policies that make it worse and make it easier for him to hoard wealth. It's insanity. It's insanity. Remember in Jurassic Park, one of the quotes that goes underrated that really says, yes, you guys are doing it, but you guys focus on if you could and never stop and thought if you should. Exactly. And all this stuff, like AI and the new technology, I'm all for it in the right way. And the right way is to make it so that, yes, why don't we spend our time on planet Earth trying to make a utopia where everybody is fed, everybody is sheltered, everybody, like, if we're going to make robots and AI, they can do all the hard work and we can lounge around and chill. We can make art. But then you got people saying, oh, these people are lazy. They don't deserve it. I don't care, dude. Take my taxes and give it to poor people. It doesn't bother me. Oh, they're lazy. Nobody wants to be on welfare. Now you can point a couple people that abuse it and stuff, but nobody's trying to stay there. And they didn't have the means to even learn how to get out of it. Anyways, all right, he's going on a rant, folks. Oh! I'm for the people. I'm for the people, dude. That's it. That's all it is, dude. Hot people vote, guys. Remember that. It's true. Hot people vote, dude. Richard, you're the best, man. Hey, good luck with your performance. All right? You play that trumpet like you're playing for the whole world, dude. The whole world is watching because people like you, the creatives, the artists, all right, the people who bring music, you make life worth living for everybody else, okay? You make this, while we're discussing AI and technology, you're making life fun, okay? You're incredibly important. So good night, Richard. Thank you for checking in. Blue, you have a good night also. You're also important. I hope you have a wonderful, awesome night. Okay? Wake up tomorrow. You attack the day. All right? But anyways, look, I don't want to go on a rant too much. I just want the world to be more equitable and fair for everybody. And I don't want these rich people to continue spouting all this propaganda that only makes them richer. Okay? Gabe, oh, you're leaving us? Oh, Gabe. Gabe. I didn't even get to the good stuff yet. Are you leaving us or are you saying goodnight to them? I don't know. Anything else on AI? Any other thoughts? Look, the AI is cool if we use it properly. I just don't trust people. And I wish that, I think the United States has a bigger issue with this than other places because the United States has always had this, this idea of a hero and I can't think of the term. Everyone pulling up by their bootstraps and doing it on your own and a rugged individualism, as they say. Right? We've had these ideas, these single individuals that figure it out and make something of themselves and all that. And I feel like, especially with the corporate propaganda, we go away from the fact that we all live in a society and we're all pulling together. And that's like the whole idea. I really hate, this is not another rant I'm going to go on, but I really hate how people, it's never, I don't want to insult people, but the idea when people are just like taxation is theft. Like, dude, the privilege in that statement. You live in a society where you can walk outside and you know that a predator is not going to jump out of the bushes and bite your throat out. And that is because of taxation. That is because of the society that was built with tax money. You drive down the street to your job using a roadway that was built with taxes. If your house is on fire, you call the fire department, paid by your taxes. Your kids can go to public schools, paid for by taxes. The privilege in saying taxation is theft is just ignorant and immature. But I won't go down that road. My point is, we're all pulling together. We all need to help each other. And this idea of rugged individualism is just annoying. And as much as I love the Wild West stuff, and there's going to be more Wild West stuff coming, it's one of the reasons that the United States has a rugged individualism problem, because the whole romantic idea of the Wild West is people went west and they carved it out and they figured out this life and they worked hard against the elements and the whatever, and they built these towns and these settlements and these cities, and they did it all on their own and they didn't need any government and they didn't blah, blah, blah. And if you study history, that's all nonsense. Now, they did come out here. It was hard work. They had to fight the elements. They had to do all that. But so much of the West, so much of everything past the Mississippi, so much of California was built by tax dollars in the form of bounties, bonds, contracts. So a lot of these settlements were not carved out because people were just like, let's band together as a family and build this settlement. No, the government said, hey, whoever gets there first gets to own the land, and we'll give you this or that. We'll give you the contract to this. They literally gave out contracts to basically slaughter Native Americans. The West was not built by this idea of these Wild West outlaws and heroes and rugged individuals. It was not. It was built by government contracts and bounties and bonds. And a lot of people don't know that. And so I think the United States has a problem not just being selfish. I think we're more selfish than we should be, and more selfish than even other countries are. And that's how I see that AI billboard. It's selfish. It's saying you use our AI tool instead of hiring all these human beings. And again, they could outsource that, right? Just in case, let me just show it again, just so we know what I'm talking about. This is basically saying, let this small group of us that run this tool, let us get rich. so that you don't have to hire potentially thousands of people as they outsource this product, this tool, this service to thousands of companies, thousands of corporations who can then save money and funnel the rest of it to these people. And I think that is terrible. I think that is awful. Now, I don't mind paying my taxes if it goes to help people. I don't mind paying my taxes if it ensures that I have a roadway to drive to work so that I can make the money to pay my bills. The idea of taxation being theft is ignorant and immature. And please grow up if you think that way. Now, that doesn't mean that tax dollars are not misspent and misallocated, and we shouldn't look into that. We should. And more people need to be involved in things like the election on Tuesday so that we can keep an eye on how our tax money is spent. But that doesn't mean tax money in general. Like, if you just think taxes should go away, I promise you'd regret it when the first, horde of bandits come through your neighborhood and shoot everybody and steal all their stuff. But yeah, now I don't want my tax dollars to go to bombing Gaza. I don't want my tax dollars to go to bombing, who else we bombed lately? Libya? I forgot. I've lost count. Lebanon, I think we helped bomb, did we? Whatever it is, I don't want my tax dollars to go to that, and that's why I try to remain involved in politics. But the idea of taxes is not a bad thing. It's what gives us our privileged society and our protections and our drinking water and electricity and all that. Another crazy AI tool that is happening is these AI influencers. Dude, those are scary. Those ones scare me, dude. If you guys haven't seen these, there's like literally AI influencers that don't exist. They're just like, it'll be like, I've seen one that was just photos. It wasn't even videos. Just AI photos of a beautiful woman that doesn't exist. And they would do sponsorships and have like millions of followers on Instagram. It's wild. It is wild. And I just think, all right, Young Thug is home. All right. If anyone's into music, hip hop, I'm a big Young Thug fan. A lot of people hate on him. I think you're wrong. He's like my favorite artist. All right. I think he's brilliant. I think there's a learning curve kind of to get into him, but I think he's brilliant. But anyways, he just came home. He was on a long trial, and there was a song that leaked, and I think it's AI, and I'm bummed because the song slaps. Oh, it slaps. So even if it's AI, I got to find a copy of it, and I'm going to play it. But yeah, man, Dylan Gabe 2025, make the Bay great again. I'm trying, dude. I'm trying. We need to get the crime down, dude. The money. All right. This is my thing. My big things for the Bay Area that need to change. The crime isn't nearly as bad as people say it is, but obviously we need to overcorrect for all the narrative to change, right? So crime, you got to work on that, right? And I'm not smart enough to figure that out. Housing, they got to get all these corporations out of here that own all the houses. All right. What else? I wish BART went everywhere. I wish BART was like New York City subway. That'd be so cool. Taxes are meant for public services, public goods, for the betterment of society, not for bombs, not football stadiums, for billionaires, and not for private use. Exactly. I'm all for sales tax, but not income tax. I'm kind of the opposite. If it was one or the other, I would say no sales tax, because you're just buying something from someone. But income tax, you live in a society, you live under the protections of the society with all the infrastructure of the society. So I think everybody should pay in. And that's my issue with people like Jeff Bezos, who say they built it all on their own. But it's like, but you use our roadways. You use our phone lines and cable lines that we've paid into. We've given out contracts for companies to build. You're using our society's infrastructure, and then you try not to pay taxes. That's crazy. So I think if you live in, like I said, if you live in a society where you're not scared that a horde of barbarians is going to come into your neighborhood and chop everyone's head off, and you have internet and phone and GPS, right? Use GPS. You need to pay taxes then. Those satellites weren't just put up there out of the goodness of someone's heart. People had to pay for that. Traffic lights, huh? Where do the traffic lights come from? Anyways, I just saw an ant crawling across my desk. I've been fighting ants for 8 months now. That's my platform for Tuesday. Let's get rid of the ants. And the thing is, I don't want to get rid of ants, though. I think they're an important part of our ecosystem. I just don't want them to be crawling around my apartment. That's all, dude. If I could speak to these ants and just tell them, hey, how about I sprinkle some powdered sugar outside once a week and you leave my apartment alone, I would do that. That's my taxes to keep the ants out. I think Sweden does an income tax but no sales tax. Sweden or Germany does that. Yeah, they have really high taxes over there, and it shows in a pretty nice society. Much safer than ours. Much higher happiness factor, apparently, too. And you know, the thing is with like the United States, our most prosperous time for everyone that was equal on the books, right? So this doesn't include a lot of minorities who are not yet equal on the books. But our most prosperous time is when we had the highest taxes. I think over 100 million a year, you should get taxed at pretty much 100%. No one person is worth that much money. No one person builds that much value. Okay? And I think I've said this before, but the closest I can think of is someone like Taylor Swift or LeBron James. They come close because they're such a draw. But even then, now I think athletes should be paid a lot. They're the reason we're there, right? I think they should be paid a lot. But when you think about it, LeBron James or whoever, Steph Curry, I don't care who, they get those contracts. Think about where all the money comes from too, right? Money doesn't come out of thin air. That's what a lot of people kind of have this idea that, oh, you just make money and it just shows up. Like, no, it comes from somewhere. So these sports teams and these owners, they make a ton of money. Their valuations skyrocket. They're able to pay out these big contracts. But what about the concession workers? What about the ticket takers and the ushers and the security? What about the janitors? How much are they getting paid? Not very much. Not very much. Those people, let's say, all right, LeBron James, I don't even know what his contract is, but let's say he makes $100 million a year. He doesn't make that much, right? I'm just trying to say easy figures because I suck at math. If he makes $100 million, can he make $75 million and then, you know, $25 million goes to the concession workers that set up that arena for him every night? I don't know. What? What's up? And dude, have it ever seen when it doesn't? It did not. And yeah, was it just when you sent? And I am a white girl. I don't like that girl, but I'm not. New law will require that the. All right, that's weird. My mom's house by 5 and they answer. I'm not gonna call her. They don't answer. Huh? Anyways, I'm done with the rant. Let's go to the cool stuff now. Let's go to the cool stuff that I want to show off. Okay, who is this guy? So, all right. We went to the Reggie Jackson Softball Classic, right? I'm going to let this rock because the engagement helps. So after, I might have mentioned this last week, but after the Reggie Jackson Softball Classic at the Oakland Coliseum. All right, Ruben. After the Reggie Jackson Softball Classic. This is all alleged, by the way. I'm not confirming that any of this happened. But apparently, maybe, commercials interrupting YouTube live literally makes you miss part of the live. Oh, dude, it asked me to turn that on, and I hit yes, and I was like, oh, I'm going to switch that back. I'm sorry, I'll turn that off again. It asks me every time, and I usually hit no, and then this time, because I was late setting up, I just like was clicking, hit yes, and I was going to turn it back off. I will turn it back off for next time. I apologize. So, yeah, when we were at the Oakland Coliseum after the game, a reporter, I'm not even going to say his name, a reporter from the San Francisco Chronicle went to show us the press box and where some of the press stuff is. And again, this is all AI, what I'm saying, okay? None of this maybe ever happened. Okay? This is all alleged, and this is all AI. So weird that this account showed up, huh? The AI's attacking me. Ah, dude. Oh, I'm AI. Look, I'm Terminator again. Dang it. Anyways, we were walking around. We started exploring the Coliseum by AI. And there were some cool things there, apparently, allegedly, maybe. Including what I had in the thumbnail. The Official Baseball Rulebook 2019 edition. Official publication. This has all the rules, dude. So if you want to argue with me about the rules, dude, not enough pictures for me because I'm a dum-dum, right? Like one of the people running for president. I need pictures in my debriefs, right? But it's the real deal, dude. This is the real deal. Okay? I don't know. You can probably buy this on Amazon or something, but it was AI put it in the stadium. Okay? Where did you find that at? AI. You found stuff that I didn't see either, dude. You're sneaky, dude. You're sneaky. Now, here's another one. Someone gave me these. Or it's AI. You decide. It's one or the other. 2021 Boston Red Sox Media Guide. Now this one has photos, okay? This is right up my alley. It's got photos, all the players, 2020 in review. Whole media guide for the Boston Red Sox 2021, okay? Look at that. And it's got the schedule on the back, okay? So this was allegedly in a stadium that is no longer in use for a major four sports team. Allegedly. Someone gave it to me as a gift. Okay? Now, there's some other stuff. I don't even know what this is, but it's broken off piece of plastic. It says Oakland Raiders. I don't know what this is. No idea. Now this one is one of my favorites. So when you go around one of these major major four sports teams venues, sometimes there are doors with key codes or passwords, or you have to do a special dance to get them open, or like, you know, you got to knock, do the right knock, you got to give a password. Some of these things have key cards to get the door open. So there's some doors that have a key swipe. Now this card happens to be for the Baltimore Ravens. Okay, so the Baltimore Ravens personnel, to get around that stadium, to get through the doors, they had these key cards. What's up, Jack? So this is another present given to me. Now, here is Major League Baseball's commitment. Major League Baseball is committed to ensuring that all individuals working in and around Major League Baseball are treated equally with dignity and respect, regardless of race, color, creed, national origin, or citizenship, status, ancestry, religion, gender, sexual orientation, actual or perceived gender identity, physical or mental disability, age, or any other characteristic protected by applicable federal, state, or local laws. Harassment and discrimination have no place within Major League Baseball. We must work together to build an even playing field for all those involved in our beloved game. And I would add, to our society, because this is an inclusive channel, right? We're inclusive here. We love all people, dude. Be who you want to be. Live how you want to live. If it's not hurting nobody, do what you want to do, dude. If you're a 6'6" man with a big old beard and you want to wear lipstick, I don't care, dude. I don't care. If you want to wear a Viking helmet everywhere you go, if you're not chopping heads off with an axe, I don't care, dude. Wear your Viking helmet. If you want to wear flip-flops in the winter, go ahead, dude. This is an inclusive channel. We don't care. Anyways, MLB's Speak Up guidelines. Speak up! No retaliation. Okay? This is their guidelines for a fair and equitable league. Alright? We're going to put this right up on the wall. Alright? Because we're an inclusive channel, dude. We love people. We love folks, don't we? One more thing. Now this is the Oakland Tribune. I don't know what year this is from, but it's pretty old. Is that Hostetler? Or is that Gannon? Wait, what? Hold on, I gotta figure out. Was Rich Gannon number 12? Yeah, he was. That is Rich Gannon. I thought it was earlier than that. And Hostetler was 15. So yeah, it's Gannon. This is a hype card for a Raiders game. Blast the Bears from the Oakland Tribune. Okay? Blast the Bears. They're playing the Bears. And you got Rich Gannon. He's playing the Niners in this photo. But the Oakland Tribune must have handed these out for this Raiders and Bears game. I got to figure out what year. I have not looked it up yet. But based on those uniforms and stuff, it was probably 2000, 99, 2000, 2001 maybe. Yeah. And with that, the coolest find. This is I'm assuming a clipping from a program maybe. 1999 National Football Conference schedule. Okay, NFC schedule. Okay, see that? 1999 NFC schedule. So I think this probably had both, because obviously Raiders were AFC. But on the other side, it has a photo of Tim Brown. And it's signed. Signed Tim Brown photo. Now, part of me is actually wondering if it was actually printed signed, because now it does not look like it was actually signed. Looking at it looks like it was printed, which is really a bummer. I cannot tell, but it looks like it was printed, and that really bums me out, because I thought this was actually signed. Dang it. But why would they print that with the autograph? But it doesn't look like it's actually signed. Unless it's just been so long that the ink fully went in, you know what I mean? Because actually part of it does look like it was signed. Oh, man. Oh, it's shining different. I can't tell. I'm going to have to look in better light. But apparently when you walk around, old sports venues, people will gift you things. Yeah. Commercial break sponsors: Light Up, Ice Cubes, Gorilla Scoop, and Oakland Coliseum replicas. Cheaply made. Cheaply made, baby. It's either 1999 or 2003 for the Raiders one. Oh, did you look up their schedule? Probably 03 then. Wait, did the Niners change the uniforms in 98? Yeah, I think we did change the uniforms in 98, so it could have been 99. And it looks old, so I would think 99. I remember one of the early John Madden games had Tim Brown way faster than most players. I think I remember that too, and he would punt return. If you put it in the sunlight and the ink actually shows it's real, if it's no ink, then it's fake. Yeah, it's hard to tell. It was either printed with it. It's just the lighting here is obviously really bad. It does kind of look like it's shining different, but I can't tell. And obviously this would be over 20 years old, so that might affect the way the ink sits also. It kind of looks like it is signed. I don't know. I can't tell. It's really hard to tell. I'm going to have to look at it in direct light. Change unit 96? Damn, was it really that early? Dang, time flies, dude. I always think they change uniforms like 02. I'm like, wait, no, because the Catch 2 was... Yeah. Anyways, some fun finds, Not finds, gifts. Some fun gifts. Some fun gifts. I really like the Ravens key card. I really like this. This is cool. So they can get around. And you guys remember... Oh, whoa, almost dropped it. I got my Vita Blue autograph. Come on, dude. I actually had brought this Oracle Park ball. I brought it to the softball game, thinking maybe Barry Bonds would sign it, but didn't get a chance. Didn't get a chance because he left so quick. But I wanted him to sign this. Rookie season with the 50 season patch, you're right. Dang. That's wild, dude. That's wild. Anyways. I ranted about taxes, dude. I ranted about AI, Halloween. What else? What are we talking about here? What's going on in the world, dude? What's going on in this world? I showed off my stuff. Hey, Gabe, did you want this? Did you want this? Is that why you were... By the way... Oh, I probably already said this. I probably repeat myself every week, and I apologize, dude. I apologize. But I ordered some dirt from Rickwood Field and a really cool shirt. But the shirt is on back order. So they emailed me to let me know that. And I emailed them back and said, hey, I had a dream. It was a dream come true visiting your little ballpark. And they said it was a dream come true hosting. And they said, if you're ever back in town, hit us up. I said, I will. So guess what, kids? I need to go back to Birmingham. I need to go back to Birmingham. That's what I need. Because guess what? The Vulcan is waiting for me. The Vulcan is waiting for me. I need to edit these videos so I can actually show you guys what the Bobble Cheeks is all about. What's up, Mark? There's only year that gold in the last names. Really? I gotta look that up. Why do I not remember the gold in the last names? Were the letters gold or they had a gold outline? Gabe, you don't want my stuff, dude? Retail stores putting Christmas stuff in mid-October before Halloween. Oh, that's what I want to rant about. Oh no, I've already ranted about this, dude. Nightmare Before Christmas at Disneyland. Get it out of here, dude. I'm sick of it. Get out of here, dude. The ride sucks, dude. It doesn't suck, but in my eyes, it sucks. If you know what I mean. It doesn't suck, but it sucks. I want regular Haunted Mansion for Christmas. I've already ranted about that, dude. Here's a Reggie Jackson Softball Classic softball. I did get one. I only took one. I could have taken more, but I was like, let me just not. And then, of course, I didn't notice till I got home that I got the one where the Reggie Jackson logo is all smeared and smushed. So that's cool. Nobody will ever know what this is from. I got dirt from Oakland Coliseum from Gabe. Okay? McDonald's, sponsor me if you want. If you need help breaking into the West Coast, let me know. I got you. Okay? That's just what it is. I slept all day. That's just what it is. Send you a picture in the Discord. I have a Pro Cut Owens rookie jersey. Awesome. That Christmas stuff should not go up in stores. Yeah, dude. Thanksgiving. What's up, Rye Guy? Thanksgiving is the most underrated holiday, dude. Thanksgiving gets such a bad rap. Dude, I'm a Thanksgiving guy now, dude. I'm a Thanksgiving guy now. Okay? Because it just hit me how wrong people... This is a travesty, dude. This is a travesty. Thanksgiving, dude? Thanksgiving gets us an extra long weekend. It gives us all the sale prices. It gives us TVs dirt cheap. We get new shoe releases if you're a sneakerhead like me. You get football. You get a feast. Thanksgiving is the most underrated holiday, dude. And the fact that it's like almost a whole week, because even like Thanksgiving week, unless you work retail, it sucks because I did for a long time. But like Thanksgiving week, you're kind of chilling until Thursday. You know what I mean? You're kind of chilling. And so you get almost a whole week and weekend, dude. And you get deals, you get bargains, you get a feast, you get football, dude. You get basketball. And they just forget about it, dude. They just dismiss it. Halloween straight to Christmas. Dude, if someone tries to come at me and say it's Christmas time, dude, and doesn't give Thanksgiving the respect it deserves, dude, we're fighting. We're fighting, dude. Thanksgiving is the best holiday. I said it. I said it. I said it. I was the one stocking the shelves for Christmas in mid-October. It ain't right, dude. Thought McDonald's was always on the West Coast. I don't want to have to say it, but that's the joke. Yeah. Maybe Nightmare Before Christmas Land in Disney would be cool. Well, they were supposed to do like a villains land. I mean, they're not really villains, but I'm just sick of it, dude. We must acknowledge the history, though. The history of Thanksgiving, it's not that great. It's all fake. But I don't care. I'm talking about in 2024, dude. I'd have to work. Yeah, see, you work retail, so it sucks. And if I get to watch the Cowboys get stomped, that's always cool. What's up, Jake? Work retail and it sucks around this time. You're right. I worked retail for many years. I get it. It sucks. Thought basketball was more of a Christmas thing. I know, but throughout the weekend, you get basketball, you know? And a lot of people get like the whole weekend off. A lot of people get like a 5-day weekend because of Thanksgiving. Now, if you work retail, you're the exception and it sucks. And trust me, I was there. I worked every single Thanksgiving. I missed Thanksgiving dinner pretty much every year for like a 9-year span. So I get it. That sucks. But for the rest of the people, disrespecting, dude. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see the jerseys. Dang it, why'd they get rid of the gold? The gold is so fire in the names. I didn't even realize that. Think you would like Universal Studios better than Disneyland? I highly doubt it, but I haven't been to Universal Studios in years and years and years. But I want to go back. Thanksgiving isn't the same for me since my dog passed away on Thanksgiving. Oh, dude, that sucks. That sucks, dude. I want to get a dog so bad, but I just hate those moments. I mean, it's worth it, but it hurts. Christmas and that's it. I'm sorry, dude. That sucks. For 5 years and it definitely did suck. Worked at Lucky's in Foster City and then the one in Daly City. Where's it? Walmart in South Dakota. Goodness. Goodness gracious. But yeah, man. So Mark, this is the thing, Mark. I actually showed some Universal stuff earlier on this live stream. If you missed it, this is my thing. I don't like branded franchise IP rides that much, and Universal is all that. The reason I like Disneyland is for the original ideas, like Pirates of the Caribbean before the movies, Haunted Mansion before the movies, the Matterhorn, Big Thunder Mountain, Space Mountain, the Mark Twain Riverboat. I love the train. I love that stuff. I don't care about Nightmare Before Christmas. Star Wars Land is awesome. It's incredible. But it's not why I like Disneyland. I don't care about the Star Wars. The Star Wars stuff is cool. It's fun. But it's not what gets me to plan a trip. Pinocchio doesn't get me to plan a trip. And I love the Pinocchio ride. Peter Pan, I love that ride. But it doesn't get me to plan a trip. Okay? What gets me to plan a trip is the things that really touched my creativity as a kid, which was the stuff that wasn't based on a movie. Because if it was based on a movie, I already know the story. I've watched the movie, I've seen it, I know the story, I know what happens. But when it came to Pirates of the Caribbean, before the movies, right? You go through and I see a little doorway. Now, obviously, the doorway doesn't go anywhere. It goes like to a little walkway that the cast members can use, right? But in my mind, my imagination will go crazy. Like, what? Where's that doorway go? Is there more pirates back there? What are they up to? In the Matterhorn, it was like there's certain little caves that probably just go to a cast member door, a maintenance door. But in my mind, I'm like, what's back there? I want to go explore back there. So because of that, I just don't think I would like Universal Studios nearly as much. But it's a theme park. I love theme parks. So yes, I would have a great time. I would have a lot of fun. It just doesn't capture my heart. You know what I mean? The Jurassic Park ride is awesome. Yeah, the new one. This one also has some branded rides as well. No, it has a ton, and that's been my rant, is they keep getting rid of them, and that's my issue with Disneyland. Universal started catered to the screen turbo rides. Is that like where it's all screens? Like Harry Potter Land looks incredible. It looks super fun, but Harry Potter doesn't speak to me. You know what I mean? Like, I will go when I have time to go, but I don't like Harry Potter enough to be like, oh, let me plan a trip. I love the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I love it. I loved every movie. I had a great time watching them all. I watched them all late because I just didn't go to the movies for a long time. I watched them all late, but I enjoyed binging all of them. I only saw a couple of them in theaters. I love it. Absolutely love it. But guess what? None of the Marvel stuff at Disneyland makes me plan a trip. It's just there. Guardians of the Galaxy. I went in with an open mind because I love Tower of Terror and I was sad they're getting rid of it. But I love Guardians of the Galaxy, and a lot of people told me Guardians of the Galaxy is awesome. It's so much fun. I think it's better than Tower of Terror. So I went in with an open mind. I thought it sucked. Most of it, you're just looking at a screen and you bounce up and down. At least Tower of Terror had some 3D elements to see. But anyways, my point is Universal Studios, I'm sure it's great. I'm sure it's fun. It's just not what speaks to me in my heart. What speaks to me in my heart is when the Imagineers or whoever are allowed to tell new original stories. And that's been my issue with Disneyland, that they have not done an original ride. I think since 1998, the Rocket Rods was the last ride they've ever built that was not based on an IP, that was not based on a movie or a franchise. And that is why I don't go to Disneyland like I used to. I used to have an annual pass every year, and it doesn't grab me anymore. Now, if they mixed it in like they used to, because they used to do, a movie ride and then they would do like something new. If they still had a proper mix, then that's great. But they don't do a proper mix. They just go whatever sells the most toys. And it's like, I can watch these movies at home. I don't know. But again, I'm the minority. I understand. People go there and they're like, oh my God, it's Elsa. And I'm like, I saw Elsa at home. I don't, Frozen is the most overrated movie of all time, by the way. Which sucks. I played with Legos during my childhood. Legoland, honestly, rides were... Yeah, Legoland's definitely for little kids. I just love to see the things they built. No, Matterhorn is incredibly rough. It was also the first tubular roller coaster in the world, so I give it some grace. Do recommend Universal for the Halloween Horror Nights. Yeah, I definitely gotta check that out one day. They did get Tower of Terror at Disneyland is now Guardians of the Galaxy. It's the same ride, just they changed it. Gosh, the tram ride of the Backlot Studio. No, the tram ride I definitely want to go on. I loved that as a kid. I love like movie stuff and behind the scenes stuff, so I definitely want to see that. It's just as far as the rides, it's like I can watch these movies at home. If I spend all the money to go to a theme park, I want as much of it to be original experiences as possible and not just a retelling of a movie I've seen 9 times. You know what I mean? And those rides are great. It's just not what gets me out of bed. What's up, Becca? But yeah, I will go to Universal Studios eventually. And I have a magic key for Disneyland now for the first time in many years. So I'm going to try to go a couple more times to get my money's worth, hopefully. But I don't know. Did go to SeaWorld. I've never been to SeaWorld. I want to go to SeaWorld and do a video just to like document it before it's eventually shut down. I want all IP rides. Forget originality. See how Gabe bullies me, everyone? Do you guys see that? How Gabe bullies me? Just please screenshot that. Screenshot that. Tram ride is worth going for. Yeah, we did a video years ago at the Warner Brothers backlot, which was really fun. So yeah, for Universal, the one thing that would be my thing is the tram, the backlot tour for sure. And also, in case you guys missed it, I'll show it again. Dang it, where is it? They're doing now it's an IP, but it's like a classic IP. So I'm totally down for it. But they're doing a Universal Monsters ride in Orlando. So I'm just hoping that they do it in California too. But look how cool this looks. I already showed this earlier, so I apologize for those of you who saw it. But look how cool this is. Like all the classic monsters. Yeah. If you're going to do IP rides, let's do something like this, huh? Let's do something like this. Super cool. So I definitely need to go to Orlando. I need to go to Disney World. I haven't done Legoland in Southern California. I just did the mini one. I did a video at the mini one in Milpitas. Very small and not nearly the same, but that's all I've been able to do. But anyways, you know what I mean? I don't know what else to yap about, dude. We've been yapping, dude. Yeah, Jake. Look it up, dude. Hopefully it comes to California so we don't have to go to Orlando for it, but That looks sick. Blast the Bears, dude. I'm going to hold this up when the Niners play the Bears soon. I don't know what else to talk about, folks. I slept all day. What do you want from me? He slept all day. I didn't turn my lights on here. Why didn't you guys tell me? You can't really see him anyways. Yeah, you can't really even see him. Whatever. Whatever, dude. Everyone go vote, okay? Everyone go vote. It's very important. Actually, so I'm usually pretty well-versed in politics, but I think because I've just been busy, I barely know anything about the propositions in California this year, so I got to do a lot of studying tonight and tomorrow. Figure out what the heck's going on with these propositions. I have no clue. No clue. I'm also interested, I don't live in San Francisco, but I'm interested in the mayor's office. Hotly contested. A lot of controversy. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Next 2 months are going to suck for me. Dude, you got to get through it, man. I totally get it. Working retail in the holiday season is awful. Arizona crushed the Bears. Did they blast the Bears? Like the Oakland Tribune said? Satchel Paige, folks. You know? I don't think that Rich Gannon picture's from 2003, because I think they have Reebok jerseys. Is it Nike jerseys? Where is it? Is that a Nike jersey? I don't think it's 2003, because this looks earlier than that. That's why I couldn't tell it was Rich Gannon at first, because I feel like something changed. I think he wore his uniform different by like 02-03 when he was in the Super Bowl. I think that's Junior Bryant, and who was 95? I don't remember my numbers. Dude, that's what sucks. As a kid, I would know exactly who that was, and now I'm like, I don't remember. Don't get old, folks. Who wore 95? Dylan possibly will go to Monday Night Raw. Possibly, depending on how much it is. Now, you're supposed to go with me to a Niner game, but you don't want to go because you don't like me. When you went to Golden Gate Fields, did you check out the Albany Marina? Just from the parking lot. But there's a video I want to do over there. Was London Breed a bad mayor or something? She's very controversial. I don't think she's the worst mayor, but there was definitely a lot of missteps that her opposition has definitely latched onto. And it's complicated. I don't think she's the worst mayor in the world, but there's definitely some things she could have did better. And unfortunately, she aligned herself with some people that weren't very popular and weren't the best people. So I don't hate London Breed, but it might be time for a change. But honestly, I don't really like any of the choices. So it's one of those situations. I feel like every single choice is an opportunist. There's some really awful choices on there, like Peskin. Aaron Peskin is just garbage. Absolute garbage. Wait, is there a Nike sign on the sleeve? Why do I not see it? Oh, I was looking at the Niner jersey, that's why. That's how slow I am. Hey, I slept all day, dude. I woke up just in time to get some food and then do the live stream, dude. Get off my back. It's the old NFL logo. Last time they used an NFL shield on their jersey was 2001. Ah, yeah. All right. I do, but I feel bad since I told Nat I'll go to 49ers game together. All right, dude. Hey, forget you then. Forget you. Okay? London Breed is just, I don't know how to explain it. She's not the worst, but there's so much baggage that it might be just time to move on. but we don't have any good choices. Well, I don't even live in the city, so I can't say we. But I'm in the city all the time, and I work in the city, so it still matters to me because I still benefit from San Francisco. And as one of the best things about San Francisco is the worker protections. So because I work in San Francisco, there's a lot of benefits I get as a worker, which is really, really awesome. And I wish everybody got them, but they don't. But that's what you get when you live in a liberal hellhole, Gotham City. It's so scary that we get treated respectfully. You know? I checked out today and made a mistake of going a little too late, so it got kind of dark before I got to check out the whole thing. Pretty cool. Wait, where'd you go? Wait, what'd I miss? Oh, you went to Golden Gate Fields or Albany Marina? I see. What's going on at Golden Gate Fields? It's still over there? They didn't tear it down yet? And Niners had this bye. We getting guys back. Yeah, man. I feel like CMC is gonna be still gone for a while. Hopefully Greenlaw's back soon. I don't know, man. You can sleep all day. I'm just glad to see you're still in the race. Thank you, man. Thank you. I've been sleeping a whole lot lately, and it's been bad sleep because I think I have sleep apnea or something like that. But I don't want to spend the money to go to the doctor because he's broke. Dude, so what night was it? Friday? I want to say Friday night. I was fine at work, and then in my last 30 minutes of work, I fell apart. I don't know what happened. Now, you guys know I was very, very sick last week. And then I felt fine. And then Friday night, I was fine all day. All of a sudden, I just got like flushed. I got the chills. I got weak. I drove home, ran inside, put on sweats, this big comfortable hoodie, a beanie, winter socks. I got my 2 favorite blankets. I put them over me on the couch, and I shivered until I fell asleep, and I slept like 12 hours until it was time to go back to work. And then last night, I stayed up way too long, especially because it was fall back, so I gained an hour. So I stayed up even later, and I slept all day today. Oh! But that's okay, because he didn't work today. And he's going to stay up all night editing. Seeing this thing through, folks. We're not dropping out of the race. Go vote Tuesday. By Tuesday. Okay? Albany Marina. It's all pitch black. Dang. Golden Gate Field is still there. Just closed. They're digging up the track. They're digging up the track? Really? Dude, I don't know. I want to know what they're going to do with the dead horses out there. There's dead horses out there, dude. I got sleep apnea. Got the CPAP machine a couple years ago. Dude, how difficult was the sleep study? That's what I'm worried about, because I sleep weird hours. I have difficulty sleeping. I just feel like if I go into a place for sleep study, I won't be able to sleep, and I'll just sit there staring at the wall for 9 hours. Can't wait to be at the Shark Tank and Chase Center in a few weeks. Dude, heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah, dude. I got a new Sharks hat, dude. A throwback Sharks hat. I'm ready to go to a game. Gabe won't invite me, even though he's now a Sharks guy. But that's fine, dude. Sleep, hydrate, then sleep some more. Dude, it's been bad lately. And I'm a hypochondriac, so like I said, I always think I'm dying. I think it's something serious. But yeah, man, I was like, I freaking fell apart the other night. Here's the thing, folks. Most of my life, I've been very healthy. Like, all through my youth, I never broke a bone. And I did crazy stuff as a kid. I jumped off stuff and did flips and did all that. And I never broke a bone. I played sports. And then I broke my first bone at like 28 years old. Broke another one. Kept breaking bones. Now I get sick and get the chills. Dude, I never got the chills before. Don't get old, kids. Don't get old, dude. Because now I never feel right. I go with you to games. That's what I'm talking about, Josie. At least someone wants to go with me. Sleep study is not a big deal. Dude, the sleep study at home, really? Wait, did someone have to come in there? How did the sleep study go, dude? If you don't want to talk about it now, you can tell me in the Discord or something. But I want to figure it out because I need to check it out. So when I was in San Diego a couple weeks ago, and I was with my brother Cole, he said that I was snoring so loud that he was getting worried for me. He's like, should I wake him up? Is he going to die? That's how bad it was. So, and I've snored for years, but I didn't know that I did until people told me, you know? Yeah. Rubber dirt outer part of the track is getting dug up. Wow. What are they going to do with it? What are they going to do with Golden Gate Fields? I wanted to get the stuff I needed for it, then brought it home to do it. You just put this thing on your finger. Oh, so you don't have to have a person there, like, monitoring? See, that's why I thought I had to go to a facility and, like, you know. All right, if it's that, then I'm going to hit them up this week. I think I had to put something on my face, but I don't know. Okay, yeah, I need to hit them up then because it's been bad lately, man. Like, very rarely do I sleep and wake up feeling refreshed. Very rarely. And that sucks, dude. That sucks. As someone that needs to hit the ground running, you know what I mean? I've been told I snore like crazy when I'm super tired. If you just snore when you're tired, it might not be as bad. But if you snore all the time and if you wake up, if you know that you're waking up throughout the night and when you wake up and you have like significant amount of sleep and you wake up not feeling refreshed, that could be signs. So you might want to do it too, dude. We're in this together, dude. We're doing sleep studies, folks. That's the new thing. All the cool kids are doing sleep studies. We're taking care of our mental health and our well-being. That's what we're doing. Snore like crazy and would stop breathing in my sleep. This had almost 60 sleep apnea attacks an hour. Almost one per minute. So, oh my goodness. Severe is considered like 13 an hour. Is almost at 60 an hour. Oh my goodness, dude. Yeah, I think it's pretty bad because I never feel refreshed. I'm tired every moment of my life. Every moment of my life, I'm tired. I want to go down, close my eyes right now, dude. That's what I want to do. Anyways, I know this is riveting content. I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. This live stream doesn't help my channel at all. I lose subscribers when I do these live streams. Because people that subscribed 9 years ago, people that subscribed years ago because they saw some random 49er video, they see me yapping and they're like, what is this channel? Why am I subscribed to this? Unsubscribe. But I don't care, dude. If I need to yap, I'll yap, dude. That's the thing. That's the thing. Even the CPAP, I'm still tired all the time, but I do feel better when I wear it than when I don't. Oh, that didn't give me hope. Poor sleep posture. Yeah, I sleep on my side a lot, so I got shoulder problems too. The variety for men hour. I need to figure this out, dude. I do have a shoulder pillow I got. Guess what, dude? Got the shoulder pillow because I work in San Francisco. Shoulder pillows like over $300. I got it paid for by the city of San Francisco because they have the SFMRA. If you work in San Francisco, you're given your employer pays into a pool of money that you can use for medical expenses. So my shoulder pillow, because of my shoulder pain, was totally free. Now that is a benefit of working in the great city of San Francisco that's been vilified for political reasons, but it's actually still a fantastic, wonderful city. Whoa! I'm like a rotisserie chicken when I sleep. Dude, I'm the same way. I'm constantly moving. That's one thing that sucks. And anyone else do this? And I know this is riveting content. But when I sleep, I will lay down and be in the most comfortable position ever. And it only lasts like a minute and a half. By then I start getting achy and want to move. No matter what position I'm in, eventually it starts to just feel, wherever the pressure is on my body, I start to feel it and focus on it, and I have to move. And I hate it. It's a curse. It's a curse, folks. Oh my goodness. What's going on in the world? What is going on in the world here? Huh? I love you guys, dude. Socialism actually works for the better of humanity. Oh my God, it's crazy, dude. It's crazy. We love it. Don't worry about what it does for your channel, which I know you don't, but just know it helps us that show up each week to hang out. We appreciate you, bro. That's what I'm saying, man. Look, we can be a small community, but we're a dope community. You know what I mean? And I know it's just me yapping most of the time. Sometimes Gabe comes on and yaps, but I don't consider this just me yapping. It's like we're all hanging out. You know what I mean? Also, I've talked about it so many times about doing like a whole live stream where I just talk all about Arco Arena and the whole thing, front to back, how it worked out, because there's a lot of stories behind it. I want to tell everything that happened for that Arco Arena series to happen. But I want my brother to be part of it, and he won't respond to my text messages. Yes! Woo! Dude, he's a brother that does anything for his brother, and he does anything for his niece and his nephew and his sister, even though they had a rocky relationship for a while, but now, you know, they still love each other, and he tries to do everything for his family, and they won't text back. Woo! It's okay, because when I'm gone, then they'll be like, oh, shoot, we should have texted back. And it's fine, because I won't be upset. I'll be like, well, at least you learned that lesson. So then as time goes on and with the rest of the family, you can learn that lesson. Then you can text them back and make sure that you're still involved in their lives because they love you. Woo! Right? But anyways, I do want to do the Arco Arena live stream soon, and I want my brother to be part of it. So I'm waiting for him to let me know if he can ever do it, which he probably never will. So I'll probably have to just do it by myself. That's how it goes. That's how it goes in my life. Okay? It's okay. It's okay. I'm there for them. They ain't there for me, dude. But it's fine. I love them. We all got our own struggles. You know what I mean? We all got our own struggles. That was Ric Flair's rant. This election is going to be nuts. Hopefully it's not, and hopefully it just goes smooth, and then we can just move on and have normal candidates going forward. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Everyone go watch that Hitler documentary, please. I beg you. All right, Josie. Heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah, Josie, dude. Let's do this. Look, I'm gonna tell you guys straight up, okay? Now, all right, I have my stances, my beliefs, my opinions, blah blah blah, and I usually don't totally broadcast them. I don't grandstand or soapbox on my channel about them, because I don't hate people just because we see things differently or we have different opinions. I'm totally open to discussion and disagreeing. And sometimes two people can disagree and neither one is wrong. It's just a different way of seeing things. So I try to be very open, and I try to be honest with the history that I present. I'm a human, so I have my biases and whatever, but I try not to have an agenda with things. My agenda is purely learning and sharing experiences and trying to see things in the most positive, the most positive light it can be, and also an honest light though. So if it's not positive, that's because being positive in that moment wouldn't be honest, I guess. But I dropped my chapstick, dude, and that just doesn't work for me. Got it back, dude. He's a winner sometimes, every once in a while. Okay. Now, I'm fairly liberal. I guess what you'd say, progressive. I think that everybody should be treated fairly and respectfully, regardless of their background, regardless of where they're from, their skin color, their beliefs, their how they want to dress or identify themselves or call themselves. I don't. None of that matters to me whatsoever, and I would never vote against someone's interests just because I don't like those people. Right? I hate Dodgers fans. Right? I hate the Dodgers, but I would never vote so that Dodgers fans couldn't get married. You know what I mean? And I want our tax money to go to education. I want our tax money to not go to bombing political foes and countries that are way less fortunate than we are. I want our tax money to go to education, healthcare, protections. I think everybody deserves food and shelter. And I believe every person on planet Earth deserves a certain level of decency and respect. And I have conservative friends. I have conservative family members. We've had respectful conversations. There was a guy I worked with years ago who was very, very right-wing, and while I was very, very left-wing. And we would talk about it and joke with each other. Still to this day, he's still some. I don't talk to him as much anymore because we don't work together, but I would love to hang out with that guy. I have nothing but love and respect for him. He was an awesome friend. And it was funny. We worked together in 2008 when Obama and McCain were going at each other, and we had not even a spirited debate, just kind of a funny debate when McCain chose Sarah Palin as his running mate. So I was like, she seems a little off. And he was like, she's the perfect running mate. She's a firecracker and blah, blah, blah. And we saw how politics has changed since then, how that was kind of the start of this road. And so, yeah, look, old school conservatives especially, I don't necessarily agree. I don't hate them. I totally understand it. I understand wanting to preserve this idea of America. I just think it's not necessarily the best way to go forward. And I don't necessarily think that it was, I don't see it with rose-colored glasses that a lot of people see it with. That said, I will be totally honest right now, more so than I normally would. And if this is not something you agree with, that's fine. Just please give me the same grace that I would give you, and I will give you if we have a disagreement, right? I think Donald Trump is the worst person to be president. He was quite possibly the worst president. We had some pretty awful presidents here and there, but I think he was probably the worst. I think he's an absolute moron. I think he's an embarrassment. And I will never understand why so many people can't see what an obvious con man he is. And because of that, I will be voting for Kamala. Now, I had plenty of issues with Kamala. I had, when it comes to Biden and Kamala, this administration that we currently have, most of the policies I'm cool with, besides our unfettered support for Israel. I want Israel to be safe. I want Israeli citizens to be safe. I don't want them to be victims of terrorism. But at the same time, that doesn't mean you can just commit a genocide. That doesn't mean we should be supplying weapons so that they can just carpet bomb an entire civilization. And so that's my big issue with Biden-Harris. But I know that the fight for that would be much easier with Kamala Harris in office, whereas Trump says he wants them to finish the job. I think he has been compromised. I think Putin has his tentacles in him. I think Putin has done maybe more to harm society with all the propaganda he has funded than almost anyone in the history of planet Earth. And I think if you watch the documentary I've been talking about lately, Hitler and the Nazis, Evil on Trial, I think you can see that He was very much like Trump, an absolute moron that was just really gifted at speaking and marketing, and he got all the other morons to agree with him. And I want to go back to a time where I can have healthy debate with a conservative, and we can. This is how politics used to be. We used to have pretty much the same goal of where we wanted America to be. But either side had, and there's been awful, evil, ugly moments in politics since the beginning. So I'm not saying it was all great. But for most citizens, we all wanted to get to the same place where people were safe, people were taken care of, people got food, shelter, education, healthcare, blah, blah, all that. And hope and decent jobs, blah, blah, blah. We all wanted that same thing. We just had disagreements on how do we get there. Do we get there with more taxes and services, less taxes, less services so that people can pull themselves up with the bootstraps? Whatever. We had disagreements on how to get there. Now we seem to have two different realities where some people want a totally different reality. And I think that is scary. And I don't think Trump's the only problem. I think he's obviously the biggest problem, and he is the figurehead for that. And I think people like Elon Musk attach themselves to him because they want to hoard all the wealth, and they want to basically be oligarchs and kings. So yes, I will be voting for Kamala. Okay, I am open-minded. I would love one day to be able to vote against a Democrat. But right now, I think it's the only party that's actually putting up legitimate policies that isn't just tear things down and blame other groups on the problems. And again, watch the Hitler documentary, and it's the same exact playbook. Jewish people were less than 1% of the population of Germany, yet somehow all the problems were them. For some reason, it was all the Jews' fault that Germany had these issues, even though it was Germany starting a stupid war 20 years earlier and losing. That was really the crux of it. But look, the border, the illegal immigrants, it's not a big deal. It really isn't. It's a distraction, okay? Trans people playing sports, it's a distraction. You know how many trans athletes there are in high school sports? Like 40, maybe less than that. In a country of almost 400 million. 40 trans athletes. It shouldn't be part of, it shouldn't be in presidential political ads. We're talking about 40 people. That is a distraction. They're trying to distract us from the real issue, which is the rich people taking all our money and trying to preserve a labor class that they can exploit until the AI can take over. Okay? Cue the Justin Bieber Lonely song. Sorry, I'm catching up on the comments. I'm just saying, according to the polls, it's going to be razor thin. Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. I think his polls was not always too... Yeah, I don't know if I believe the polls anymore, but obviously it's going to be close. Me personally, I say more of a libertarian. Misnomer, the libertarians are all right-wing. It's not entirely true. I guess because of economic reasons, people, particularly in the Midwest and Rust Belt, they see Trump as someone who thinks that will bring back manufacturing. Yeah, and I don't think that's true. I think that's all lies because all the industries he said he was going to protect, he weakened. Then the greetings from Cologne, Germany. Welcome to Saw Your Lives. Here I am. Thank you, man. Cologne, Germany. Speaking of Germany, dude. I'm not saying I agree with some people who vote for Trump, but it's the best way I can explain it. No, I understand why. I just think they're misinformed. Doesn't San Jose University have a guy on women's volleyball team? So they say that, but it hasn't been confirmed. But again, it's one person. Okay, we're talking about the president of the United States. Why are they concerned about one athlete when most of us can't afford to buy a home? When most of us don't have health care that won't break the bank and bankrupt us? That should be the talking points, not that there's a trans athlete on a volleyball team somewhere. It's a distraction, is my point. And if, like I said, if you watch the Hitler documentary, it's the same exact thing. All of Germany's problems were the Jews' fault, even though the Jews were less than 1% of the population. Oh, it was the gypsies. The gypsies from Romania. It's their fault that you don't have decent jobs. It's the same exact playbook with all these fascists. And yes, Trump is a fascist. He's a moron. He doesn't understand it. He doesn't even know what that means. But all the other fascists latch onto it because they want to consolidate power. Now that said, if you're a conservative, I don't hate you. I disagree with you probably on many things. I don't hate you. And I'm totally open to debate. I'm totally open to conversations. And I would never, ever in a million years vote against your rights. I think Trump supporters are misguided. I think they're not educated on how the government works. I think they've been, the conspiratorial thinking is terrible. And it's just not reality that they're arguing about. But I would never vote to strip away your rights. I would never vote to disenfranchise you in any way. So I hope I would get that same grace as a person that is voting differently. And again, I know people that I really care for that are Trump supporters. And it bothers me because I say it all the time. This is an inclusive channel. I don't want trans kids to continue to commit suicide at such a crazy rate because they feel so ostracized and they feel so alone. That's not cool. If someone feels differently and they want to identify differently, it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect anything. What affects us is the fact that nobody almost can get preventative care, which then costs us as taxpayers way more down the road. That's the things I care about. I care about the fact that we're sending weapons to a genocide. That's what I care about. I don't care about trans athletes, man. It doesn't affect anything. I live in the Bay Area, man. I'm in San Francisco every day. I barely know any trans people. We're supposed to be the epicenter, dude. It's supposed to be trans people falling out of the trees around here. I know a couple. I've met a couple. They're not this evil thing that's taking over. And if your manhood is so fragile that you think that in 5th grade, if you saw a book that talked about gay people, now suddenly you want to kiss a dude, if that's you, dude. I knew about gay people and I didn't want to kiss dudes. Let people live, man. If they want to be gay, if they are gay, let them be gay. Who cares? It doesn't matter. None of that matters. Okay? What matters is that the rich people are taking all our money and they're trying to pay us less and they're trying to deregulate so that they can make more money while making the environment worse. That's the things that, and they're using all the other stuff as a distraction, dude. Trans people, gay people, immigrants, the border. It's all a distraction, dude. It's all a distraction so that the rich people can continue to exploit the labor class. It's that simple. And that's my opinion. If you disagree, I respect it. I don't hate you. I would never vote to disenfranchise you. I would always support you as a human being and respect you as a human being. That's all. But before the election, I just wanted to say that. Okay? I agree. I think it's crazy when people literally vote to take rights away from themselves. Lots of Republican friends have proved that there's a center and you can accept their flaws. Yeah. First book they burned in Germany was gays and trans people, and they'll do the same thing here. Exactly. I don't... Look, I'm a straight white male, and I don't want to live in a society that's only built for me. I want everyone to be comfortable. You know what I mean? Funny enough, I do have a cousin who's lesbian. However, she and her wife are super conservative. I don't hate them. They're kind of out there. I mean, yeah, that always confuses me, you know? Like, I feel like that's almost like cherry picking the issues until it affects you. But again, they may vote against their own interests. I will vote in their interests. There's plenty of groups of people I don't like. Plenty of groups of people I hate. But I would never, ever vote for any policies that disenfranchise them as humans or take away their dignity, their respect, their rights, anything like that. And I think that one side of the aisle right now, currently, one side of the aisle has policies and positions that do show empathy. Now, you can argue those policies and positions, but at least the policies and positions aren't built on hate. And the other side of the aisle is policies based on hate. Ban trans athletes. Shoot people at the border. He literally said that. Shoot people at the border. Can we shoot people at the border? Look, man, if someone is willing to risk their lives to try to sneak over the border to get in here, I just don't see them as just some vagrant criminal that's just like, let me get out of here. Like, it's way easier to commit crimes in Mexico. Why would they just come here to do it? And all the studies show that illegal immigrants commit crimes at a way lower rate than citizens because they don't want to get sent back. They don't want to get deported. Anyways, I'm a live and let live person. Yeah, me too, man. I mean, they want to try and ban pornography. They want to make it illegal to have a Playboy or watch Playboy. Yeah, the thing is, they claim to be the party of freedom, and they're trying to strip away rights. They're trying to, while claiming to be the party of freedom, strip away rights for, let's say, gay people getting married. They want to strip that away. They want women's right to choose, women's health care. They want to strip that away. Planned Parenthood, even though it's not just abortions, they want to get rid of that. They want to ban certain books. They want to whitewash history. Now, in certain states, you're not allowed to be honest about the Civil War and what caused the Civil War, even though the Confederate Declaration of Independence and other states that joined the Confederacy in their declarations, they specifically say they want to have slaves. They're changing the history, right? They're trying to prevent people from voting unless they jump through all these hoops. Even though it's been shown that there's very, very, very little voter fraud, and typically it's really stupid, dumb schemes that don't pan out anyways. So that's the party of freedom, whereas the other party, they say, is trying to ban language or whatever, and it's like, no, it's just saying if you call someone a racial slur, people are going to be upset about it and maybe not want to work with you. But that doesn't mean it's the law, right? One side's literally trying to put laws on the books that will get you in trouble if you teach history honestly, whereas the other side is saying, hey, if you use a racial slur, this company might not want to sponsor you anymore. That's not a law on the books. That's the company saying, yeah, we don't want to be aligned with racial slurs. You know, one side wants to make black mermaids be okay, and one side wants to flip out about it. I don't care if the mermaids are black. That's cool. Why not? We should have mermaids of every color. Anyways, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go on this rant. I just wanted to be honest since it is election time, and I think it's important to have these discussions. Again, if you disagree, that's your right, and I won't vote against your rights. Just so freaking tired of the whole woke versus anti-woke argument. Both sides drive me nuts. I see both sides, both act like kids. Yeah, would you ever run for office, like for city council for Redwood City? I don't know, man. You know, like I wanna do good things, but I feel like I'm too dumb, and I feel like I don't know, dude. I don't feel like I'd be good in debates. I'm not smart enough to write legislation, dude. Like I'm not. You know, I'd rather just do my channel and teach history and have experiences and meet people and talk with people and then have other people be able to watch those discussions, and then we can all grow and learn. Because what I just said now, that doesn't mean that's how I'll always feel, but the thing is I'm open to new information. I believe in science. New information can change my mind. If you have good new information, I can change my mind. So I think I'd be better served to do my silly videos and help expose people to things, because I think travel and exposure is like the best education, and not everybody gets to do it. I mean, I didn't get to do it for a lot of parts of my life, and because we kind of always did the same things over and over, which was awesome. But you know, we go to Disneyland every year. We didn't go like travel to a different country, but I'm trying to do that now, you know. And if people can vicariously travel through me who aren't able to, and they can have kind of share in my experiences. I think that's more valuable than me running for an office where people, I mean, look, I'm not a likable person. I'm not a likable person. Most people don't seem to like me. I've always felt that. I feel like when I walk into a room, people are like, "Oh, what's this guy doing here?" So I think you got to be a likable person in some ways. I don't know. Trump doesn't seem likable to me, and here he is. So I don't know. Whatever. You know, what they really want to do is want to go back to women not having the right to own, not having the right to have a credit card, which is only 60 years ago. Yeah, I think so too. If you make something illegal, it doesn't exactly make the thing go away. Look at drugs. You can probably find any drug you want. I say this because I used to be a drug user. Yeah, for sure. Thank you for having this discussion. No worries, Paul. I appreciate you being here. Let's work with a fair amount of drug users. Yeah, I mean, I have drug users in my family. I know a lot of drug users, you know. Applaud your political rant. Interesting. I don't agree with interesting to hear your point of view. Yeah, man. Look, if we disagree, we can still be boys. It's fine. We disagree. My defense of my positions is that it's based on learning history and trying to study actual research and data. And I think a lot of people have a problem of learning way too much via memes and podcasts and clips. And I don't think that's a good way to learn things. And that's why I feel my position is pretty defensible. But again, I'm open to being wrong, always. I've only been to Canada and Mexico, so I don't have much travel experience. I mean, yeah, me either, man. That's what I'm trying to change. I'm trying to use this channel as a vessel for that, you know? Disagree with that and completely. I think you're very charming. I think it comes off in your videos. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I mean, I'll be honest. I think I'm doing much better, but I was very, very closed off, and I was a bitter person, and I was just an insecure, scared person for many years, which I shadowed with aggression. I was a very aggressive person sometimes, or just I would disappear. I would just play the background, but I was always on guard, and I was not a charming person. And through this channel, and through some of the things I've done outside of this channel, I've really tried to be a more social, better person. Because I saw social people and people who were led with respect and positivity, they lived better lives than I did. And I was like, well, why am I being a bitter person? What am I so afraid of? And so, yeah. What do you think it is? Why you think parole people, I think you mean people. I've always had the idea that people don't like me. Since I was a kid, I feel like if I walk into a room, people don't like me. We're doomed to repeat our history unless we learn from it. Yeah. Dude, you may not be as smart as you think you need to be, but you have a great ability to get your point across with some realness. Like it's what you feel, not rehearse. Hey, man, thank you. But again, this is hard work. It's been hard work to learn how to talk. A few years ago, I wouldn't have been able to do this live stream. I'll be honest. It's very difficult. And it's been a lot of work to be able to learn how to like public speak, and it's been it's been a goal of mine. This is me being able to do my channel and do all that is not like I just do it. Like it literally, I'm like certain videos, I'll be like, all right, let me challenge myself. I'm gonna try to do it this way. I mean, it hasn't been that long that I've done the narrations that I do in a lot of videos now. That was something I was like, all right, let's try to do a narration. Like, let's see if I can nail this. Let's see if I can do this. And I'm working on it and trying to get better at it. So everything, me learning how to speak on this live stream, one of the reasons I started this live stream was to get better at speaking. So this is all, I can't think of the word. See, that's my problem. I can't think of words. My brain sucks. But this is all an active thing I'm working on. So I appreciate that. I think I have made strides. I think I'm more likable than I used to be, but I still always have this insecurity. Let me tell you here, I'll tell you guys a story. When I was a kid, even now, honestly, I'm a very back and forth person. I wouldn't say, I'm not like bipolar. It's not split personalities, but depending on my mood, I can be very different. And I can be very, very quiet. I can be very loud. I can be very whatever. It's it's very extreme for me. And there was times in my life as a kid where I was a bully, and there's times where I was bullied. It went both ways. The times I was a bully kill me to think about. There's certain times where I was mean to someone, and I still think about it to this day, and it bothers me like crazy. There is these two brothers that I bullied a few times. I don't think they were twins, but they kind of looked like twins because they were 2 years apart. One was my year and the other was a year older than me. I used to bully them. And I used to, like, literally we would fight. We would, like, fist fight. I would fist fight both of them. And just kind of laugh at them and make fun of them. It just, I hate even saying that. It makes me want to cry. Because I feel so bad that I did that. And I think about, at the time, they're your peers. But then when I think about those were kids. Those were elementary school kids being mistreated by me. And so when I think about that, it just makes me not want to be that bitter, mean person. And it makes me want to change. And I think about that, like bullies, a lot of times bullies are bullies because they're scared. And that's what it was for me. I was scared. And it was because of my dad, and it was because of a lot of things. I lost my sister at a young age. I found my sister dead. All those things led to me being, it's like hurt people. And my mom was awesome. It wasn't her fault. But there were certain things she couldn't control, how life goes, And I kind of lost track of where I was going with that, but not even recently, the last like 5 years, I've been trying to find those two brothers. I've been trying to find them to see if I can apologize. And I haven't been able to find them. But I did find, so I think it's their mom. She looks familiar. And she had photos of her and her two sons that look like the kids that I remember grown up. And I had her Facebook page up for like 6 months, but I was too scared to message her. But I need to do it. And I want to tell her, look, and maybe those kids don't even remember. Maybe they don't even think about it. I don't know, But did it affect them? It haunts me to think that. And I just want to apologize and say, look, I don't know if I might not even matter. I might be a roach to you, a little bug, little insect that you had to flick away when we were in elementary school. But in case not, I apologize for how I behaved. All right, I restarted the stream. Is this working? I started the stream. Restarted it, rather. Yeah, the stream kind of died. I think we're back. Are we back? Okay, I think we're back. It's saying excellent now. Sorry about that. I don't know what the heck happened. Wait, still? Still? Are we not live? Are we back? Oh, man. Is it good now? Sorry. Now it's saying error again. I don't know what's going on. That sucks. Let me see if I can live stream on my phone. I can finish this on my freaking phone. Would it let me do that? Let me see if it'll let me live stream on my phone. It won't. All right. Well, I had a good story, but I can't I can't say it if we're I don't know, dude. Dropped frames 2000. It's killing me, dude. It's killing me, folks. Let's see. Is it just YouTube? Okay. Dude, my internet speed test seems fine. I'm doing that. It seems fine. What's going on, dude? So terrible. I don't know. I think it's YouTube, honestly. I think it's YouTube, but whatever. I'm gonna get this out. If it doesn't come across, I'll just say it again next week. So I had these three friends. We were like all best friends, and for some reason, because we were stupid kids, there was always like one of us that was getting left out. And I restarted it again. I I don't know what to do, dude. It looks better now. I restarted the Wi-Fi adapter. The numbers I'm seeing look way better. It looks way better now. All right, come on, please. Please, dude. I just need to tell this one story. Internet, technology, dude. Technology, dude. He said, never mind, it's even worse now. Ah! Okay, it looks like it's better now. I think it's going to take a second to kick back in. Okay. All right. Yeah, the numbers look good. Now it just dropped again. Oh my god, dude. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It's really irritating though, I'll tell you that much. It's really irritating. All right, so what I was trying to say, I had these three friends. One of us was always getting bullied because it was like three of us, and someone was always getting left out. Someone was always the odd man out. And there was a time, yeah, and YouTube doesn't want me to tell this story because it's some real stuff, right? When there was a church group. It was a youth group that met, I think, on Tuesday nights. And these two friends would always go. And I lived further away. And my mom had to pick me up after work and stuff like that. So I wasn't usually able to go. But I would try to go. Because I had fun. We would play basketball at this church in Redwood City and stuff. And so I liked going. So I would try to go. But they got to go every week because I lived, like I said, my mom married my stepdad. We lived in a nice neighborhood. But compared to these two, I was pretty low class. They had their full nuclear family. They both had really nice houses in Redwood City. They were just a little more well off, a little more privileged. Whereas we were getting there because my mom married my stepdad and all that. But, I had a stepdad. I had my dad was back and forth and he was crazy. And I didn't know at the time, but their families and stuff kind of looked down on me as I was like the little ghetto kid, kind of in their eyes. And then it spilled over to that church group, and there was a church leader. He was one of the youth group leaders. He was probably in his 20s at the time, and apparently he told these two kids that I was a bad influence and they shouldn't hang out with me. And Oh, let me tell you another. There was another kid. Sorry, I'm bouncing back and forth, but I'm trying to tell you where my head is at. I had another best friend in like first and second grade who we would bring G.I. Joes to play at school. And then one day he just was ignoring me. He wouldn't talk to me. I was trying to talk to him, and he would just ignore me. He just would look at me like, and wouldn't talk to me. So my mom talked to his mom, like, what's going on? And she said, well, we're moving to Texas, so I don't want him to be attached too much to friends here. But it was a really terrible thing to do, even if that's honestly what it was. But I feel like it was something more than that. Now, I wasn't always the best kid, but I wasn't a terrible kid either. And that still to this day bothers me. That still hurts me. And that's something that happened in like first or second grade. Where all of a sudden my best friend wouldn't talk to me, and I don't know why. And then, so anyways, then fast forward with these other friends. We go to this church group, and the church leader tells them they shouldn't hang out with me because I'm a bad influence. And that was based on nothing. I wasn't in trouble at the time. Like, and the funny thing is, we were getting into middle school and stuff. We were getting into the age where they started smoking weed and, you know, trying to like steal alcohol and stuff. And I didn't do any of that. And I'm just like, I'm the bad influence. They're the ones trying to sneak out of the church group. I'm trying to play basketball. What's up, Jenny? So yeah, that happened. And then there was a snow trip, a snowboarding trip with the church group. And I was trying to go. And I asked one of these friends, I asked his parents if they could give me a ride to the church so that I could go on the snow trip. And their parents said no. They made up some excuse that they couldn't give me a ride to the church that night. I found out later that my supposed friend was behind them saying no. So my friend was stabbing me in the back and telling me he didn't want me to go. And then my mom, because she's awesome, my mom figured out a way. I think she stayed at work late or something, or she waited around. And she stayed late enough so that she could give me a ride to the church so I could go on the snow trip. And apparently, I got there before them. And apparently when they came down the driveway to the church, I was standing there all excited like, hey, I made it. Apparently their father, who was driving, said something along the lines of, how the hell did he get here? Even though, you know, earlier that day I'd asked if he could give me a ride, and he said no. And then, so my third friend, he's the one who told me all this stuff. He's like, because like I said, we go through waves of who was being bullied and who was being X'd out. And that was my turn, you know? And stuff like that is the reason. This is all a long story to tell you that those kinds of things are the reason why I've always felt like people don't like me. And my initial, my starting point for when I meet people or I walk into a room is that nobody's going to like me. And I'm either going to have to just be silent and just play the background till this is over, or I'm going to have to like win them over. And it's things like that cause me to feel that way. It's things like my teachers, because of like my father and stuff, they would just assume that I was a bad kid or I wasn't going to amount to anything. Stuff like that. And there was one last story. I'm sorry to tell all these weird stories, but I'm just telling you guys why I'm at a place in my life where I want to be positive and I want to be good to people, and why my vote is a reflection of that. There was a girl I was really cool with, and this was like, I think freshman year of high school or maybe sophomore year. There was a girl I was really cool with. Like, we were we were cool. We joke around. We're friends, like not like close friends, but at school we were friends. We were cool. And we had this early class. It was English class. So it was the first class of the day. I've always been a night owl, so I've never slept enough. And so those first classes, I would just be a zombie. I've never been a morning person. So I would mostly be quiet in that class. I wouldn't say anything. And at the time, you gotta remember, this is early hyphy era. I'm wearing baggy jeans and hoodies, and that's the style we had, right? So a lot of people just assumed whatever they wanted to assume based on how I was dressed. And one day, the teacher asked me a question about some book we were reading, and I gave my answer about something about the book, and it was something about, the metaphor of the book or whatever. And I broke it down how I saw it. And this was a class I was normally silent in. Remember, I would be fighting not going to sleep. So I remember even the teacher was like, like surprised. And this girl I was cool with, I thought we were friends. She like said to try to get laughs. She's like, wow, so he's actually smart? And I'm like, dang. I thought we were friends, and you're surprised I gave a decent answer? So just stuff like that made me not trust people and expect that people don't like me. And again, the style, the way I looked, the way I wore my clothes, a lot of people would have their prejudices or their assumptions about me. And it's probably still to this day. I mean, I got tattoos and whatever. I've had braids, right? So people have assumptions about me. But those are all the reason that I go so hard with trying to be positive. Thank you, Jenny. I have so many situations where someone waits. We're all at one friend's house, and when I would ask to come, so there's too many people here now, some excuse. I'm telling you, man, that stuff hurts, man. And I've been there. It hurts. I hear friendships do oddly shift, as you said. Yeah, man. Sounds like you have the same gift that I do, that you can read people really easily. I think I do, but I don't know. I get really bad feelings about people really quickly. I get really good feelings about someone really quickly. Yeah. Until he studied. What the father actually said was, damn it, Dylan hasn't dropped out of the race yet. Right. I didn't drop out of the race, and he was tripping. And it's like, it was so funny that they acted like I was the bad influence, which earlier I could have been. But this is what I'm telling you. Like, when it comes to me being, like I said earlier, I was a bully at sometimes and stuff. I was never really that bad. I would act out. But I think, had a good heart, and a lot of it was losing my sister. I would act out because of that, because of the hurt. But also, it made me... This is why I have my sister on this arm. My shoulder hurts. I have my sister here as a guardian angel because her memory made me a better person. Because I didn't want to waste my time. I didn't want to be a bad person because I know she would have been a good person. So if I'm the one... And I always saw it as like who was allowed to live, right? Which is kind of a messed up way to look at it. But I felt like since I was the one allowed to live, I can't let her down and be a bad person. So even when I was young, I had a pretty good understanding of life that I think a lot of people don't get till later on, unless they're confronted with that kind of tragedy early. And so I had that realization, like, oh, life is fleeting. Like, life can go away at any moment. So because of that, I was never that bad. I would act out, but I always wanted to be a good person. And it was always funny to me that those friends and their parents thought I was a bad influence. Their church leader thought I was a bad influence based on nothing. I would go to the church group and have fun and play basketball. Like, I wasn't doing anything bad. It was just like the way I dressed and where I was from and the fact that my dad wasn't around or whatever. And they would just judge me based on that. And so sometimes I would lean into it. But the funny thing is, like, they all hated on me, but then, like, their kids were the ones that were getting drunk at parties and getting in trouble at school. I wasn't, you know. I was getting in trouble for being a rebel in some ways, but I wasn't getting in trouble like that. But anyways, my point is, your vote matters. Please vote. All that to get to that. Don't mind me asking, how old was your sister when she passed? She was 2 years old. It has always been pretty impulsive, but I'm not as impulsive to shoot heroin or smoke fentanyl. That's good. Please don't. Please don't. See, I would do the same. More so because I was jealous of some of my mates' families. All I ever wanted was to have a family dinner like they did every night. And I don't even have memories of that. No, I 100% feel you on that, man. Because, like, I definitely felt that same kind of envy of those friends that would have that. And the thing is, I'm privileged in my own ways too, because my stepdad, he wasn't rich, but like he was comfortable, and I was able to live through that when some of my friends were in pretty extreme levels of poverty, and they lived in much worse neighborhoods than me. So we all have our own privileges, and I'm aware of those, but I was definitely envious of people that like had their normal families, and we had this splintered family with some crazy people in it. And here's another example of how like I've always tried to be a person that tries to give back. Is like, we got to go to Disneyland in the summer. That was our big trip every year. We go to Disneyland, and I would try to bring friends that otherwise couldn't go, like whose families couldn't go. So one year I invited my boy Randy, but he couldn't go for some reason. But my friend Marcel, I've talked about Marcel before on this channel. He was my best friend growing up. I showed pictures of us growing up. He wasn't able to go to Disneyland growing up like that, so I would bring him to Disneyland, and it was always cool to me because I'm like, oh, like I'm lucky enough to be able to do this, and I get to bring my best friend. Like, how cool is that? And that hasn't left me. I've always still wanted to try to give back. And that's why I would do my 49er ticket giveaways and whatnot. And shot simple. Let me go back to this too, as far as like when the friends X you out. This would go back and forth, and people would get bullied. And I feel bad because the friend whose dad didn't want me to make it to the snow trip, and the friend who was like, don't invite him, don't, or say you can't give him a ride. That same friend, I bullied him one night. And I didn't beat him up, but like almost. And I was making fun of him in front of other friends so much that he attacked me. And I roughed him up for trying to attack me, which made us laugh more. And that kills me that I did that to him. That was so wrong, so messed up, even though he did his own bullying towards me at other points. So anyways, those two friends, when we went to high school, we ended up going to the same high school together. And our freshman year, things were just different. And the summer before high school, they kind of just like ignored me. Like, I would try to make plans with them, and they would just be like, oh, we're busy. And then so at this point they were just like, they X'd me out, right? And then during school, when we were finally back at school, I would see them at, recess or lunch or whatever, and like they were kind of just acting funny towards me, like didn't care that I was around. They were just making their own plans, doing their own thing. They went on like a trip together and didn't invite me, like that kind of stuff. So one day I remember I was at school. It was like recess or whatever. One day they were same thing. They were acting funny with me, not really including me in the conversation. I'm just there. One day I just walked away. I walked away, went and hung out somewhere else. And I never went back. And those were like my two best friends. And from that day on, I would see them at school sometimes. I remember after like, a month or two of me being gone, they would see me and be like, hey, what's up, man? Like, what's going on? And I'd be like, nothing, what's up? And then throughout the years, I would see them, and it was just kind of like, hey, what's up? How's it going? But that's it. So sometimes you just need that strength to just get up and walk away. And I found other friends, and you know, that's when I started kicking it with my Tongan friends, and I was the one white boy with all the Tongans. And some of them are still my friends to this day. You guys have seen on my channel, C's did the intro music, and he's been in a bunch of my videos. His older brother, Fred, his name's Folletti. That's when I became friends with him, and he's still my friend to this day. He's been in some of my videos too. And C's was his younger brother, so C's came to high school a few years later. He was younger than me, and then I became friends with C's. Me and C's started making, music for fun. I go kicking it with them. So it's like I just got up and left, and I made friends that are still my friends to this day. And yeah. Thanks, Connor. I appreciate you. What happened? You don't have to respond. She died in her sleep, unfortunately, and I woke up and tried to wake her up, and she wouldn't wake up. Same thing. A lot of my mates' parents hated me because they thought I was a bad influence, when it was the opposite. Yeah, it seems like that happens a lot, man. Parents divorced when I was 10 or so. I'm sorry to hear that, man. That was probably rough. So people discriminate on families that are not complete. It's true. It was very overwhelming to be alone in a crowd, and you think it wouldn't be lonely. For sure, man. I've always felt that way. And so it's... My point with all that was saying, like, me being social and being friendly, and like with Jenny, I've met her at Giants games. Being social and talking to people, that's a new thing for me, relatively new. I used to be very closed off. It was hard for me to make friends. It was hard for me to talk to people. And I've made it a point in my life to be better at that, to be social, to be happy, to be positive, to be nice to people and compliment people. And not that I was a jerk before, but I definitely wasn't cognizant of how I can make someone's day better by being social, and how I can make my life overall better by being nice. And that's why when I went to Disneyland with my niece in the summer, I said, this is our goal. This is our mission, our task. Every day we have to say something nice or kind to someone, a stranger. It could be a cast member, it could be whoever. So, me and my niece, we both like shoes. So we like to compliment people's shoes. So we'd see someone, we'd go up to them and say, hey, really like your shoes. Those are awesome. Just little things like that to just sprinkle a little bit of positivity and kindness to people. And, because I remember, like, especially if you're like younger, dude, if I got a compliment on my shoes, it was the best, just like it's so easy to make someone's day a little bit better, and even you could do bigger things. If you can let people, like, using Disneyland as an example, and what I would tell my niece, like, if there's a moment where, like, there's someone trying to get through, like, let them through, or I'll let someone take my spot on a ride if that would make their day that much better, you know what I mean? And unfortunately, like I was saying earlier with the politics and stuff, it seems like we're in a place where people are much more selfish than that. And I don't agree. All right? I don't agree with it, and I won't accept it. It's crazy. I ended up walking away by moving states. Ended up going back many years later. It was still the same. I'm 33 with no friends because I don't know how to be around people. Dude, we were in very similar positions. I had a struggling record label and did music, and I had a lot of friends who were opportunists, and they're not bad people. This is not an attack on them whatsoever. This is just the way it was. Like, when I couldn't do something for them, I wasn't that close of a friend. Like, yeah, we were cool, but, like, I wasn't invited to stuff unless they needed something from me. Yeah, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. But look, I think you should, if you're feeling that way, you're feeling lonely, like, the best thing to do is work on yourself, try to make yourself the best person you can be, and try to find things that make you feel happy. And for me, it's my videos, and the overall goal for my videos and my channel is to do good things for people. And obviously I'm not even close to where I want to be, but I really see this. I just hope so bad that this channel can just be the pipeline to get to a place where I can actually really help people and do good things for people. That's my goal, and that's why every day I feel proud of what I've done, because it gets me a little bit closer. And yeah, I'm way behind where I wanted to be, but it's something, and it makes me feel better. And with my day job, I try to be as good to people as I can be, and I try to help people, and I try to I have to deal with a lot of people and a lot of personalities, so I try to make everyone's job in life as best I can make it with my limited power, my little limited scope of power. I try to make it better for people so that people can continue to take care of their families and pay their bills. So yeah, I would say if you're feeling that way, work on yourself, number one. Unfortunately, in life, society, life, the universe does not owe us anything. They do not owe us friends. We are not entitled to friends, unfortunately. Even though I wish we lived in a universe where we were all entitled to love and respect and support, but we're not. That's the harsh truth. So work on yourself, and I would say try to get involved in things. Like for example, me doing the channel, man, I was able to get involved with so many things around the Oakland A's, and now I made all these friends that are Oakland A's fans, and now I have a whole new group of friends. Like it was because I got involved and active in something. So you can find groups near you. You can find like hobbies that you really like. Try different hobbies. Be like, oh, let me see if this indoor rock climbing. Let me see if I like that. Try it. There's a whole community around that. Magic the Gathering, play the card game. There's a whole community around that, But primarily you got to work on yourself. You got to make sure you're a person, build your value so that people see the value in you. And that was my holdup for a long time, because I felt very entitled. Like, I'm a good person. I like cool things. I do cool things. Why people should just show up and knock on my door to be my friend. And that's just not how it is, unfortunately. You gotta put yourself out there. You gotta build your value. Making people happy makes me happy, for sure, man. Whenever one of my students does a new hairstyle, gets some new shoes or something, I always tell them it looks nice, so at least one person will tell them. 100%. 100%. My friends started ignoring me last year, and I thought I was alone, and I walked away, and just like you did. Happy to hear I wasn't the only person going through that. Dude, Connor, I've been through that. I don't know if you heard my whole story, but those are meaningful moments that lead us to become the people we want to be. And how you get through that kind of determines your path in a lot of ways. And when you have that strength to walk away, now you see the value in yourself. You respect yourself enough, and that's a great starting place, So respect yourself enough to be like, you know what, I don't deserve this. Unless you did deserve it. There's some people that are they don't even understand, like, you pushed everyone away. But I think a lot of times people like us, we go through that. We didn't deserve it. But some of us, we do bad things. Like I said, I was a bully, and I feel terrible about the way I treated people in many moments of my life. But you see the value in yourself, build the value in yourself, and you'll start attracting the right people. And sometimes it's not overnight, and it's super difficult to get through that. I've had many, many dark nights. That's why the boy's on Lexapro now. He's medicated up, baby. But I'm not dropping out of the race, dude. I'm seeing this thing through. Felt similar in middle high school. All my friends I knew started going their own way. I was left alone without a true group of friends. Yeah, me too, man. Like when I would have like moments in my life where I would have a group of friends, and then like when I couldn't do anything for them anymore, they would go away. And sometimes it was my fault. Sometimes I can be a hermit, man. I can disappear and be doing things on my own for months, and at that point my friends are like, he's not even responding to me. And I'm like, oh, shoot, I'm bad at that. Dude, I'm so bad at responding to messages. So bad. So it's not just everyone else's fault. I gotta be honest with myself as well. Strange how in schools they never really teach you how to socialize. They don't. They kind of expect you to figure it out. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Speaking of your music, a few of your songs came on the other day when I was at work. No way. Don't listen to them. They're terrible. I'm not crying. You are. It's all right, man. Hey, nothing wrong with crying, man. My real friends are but I know a lot of people, and yes, people have F me over too. Keep people that love you close. Keep the haters far away. You're right. Absolutely. And look, like I said earlier with the voting stuff, even people who are not kind to me, I'm going to still show them the grace that I would want them to show me. I will. This took me a long time because I can be a very aggressive person. It took me a long time to realize that it's always better to take the high road. Sometimes I don't want to. Sometimes I want to send shots. But it's always better to take the high road. When you take the low road with them, you're just harming yourself. Because it doesn't affect them. A lot of negative people, they're used to getting in arguments and insulting. That's nothing new to them. You're not shocking them. You're not shocking their system. They might be shocking yours because you're used to trying to be a good person. So don't let them win. Don't take the low road. Always take the high road. Walk away. Like I should have done at the Roots game. Instead of arguing with a whole section of people, I should have walked away. Right? Your boy learns. He learns. No, thank you, man. I truly look forward to catching up with you each Sunday. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Hopefully one day I'll make it to Australia, or you'll make it to California, something like that, and we can get a bite to eat or something. I had a good number of friends in high school and all that, but once you graduate, my friends went on to do their own things, and you can't hang out anymore. When you get older, it's hard. It's hard, man. And look, I'm getting older, and I don't have a family. And a lot of my friends, they got kids, they got a wife, and here I am yapping on YouTube. It's not always easy. I definitely get lonely. The kid just wants to be loved. That's not easy, man. I know I'm not going to get into that because that's a whole rant, but like, I know I'm not the most easy person. I can be very difficult to be in a relationship with. And the way I see it is like, if there's any sort of doubt you have, then go. I want to be with someone that has no doubt, and I want to be with someone that I have no doubt about. I want to be all in, because if I'm in a relationship with someone, if someone's my family, if someone's my friend, I'll die for them. Like, I am incredibly passionate. So if you have any doubts, there's any cracks in your armor, then go. Because I can't be willing to give up my life, and I don't want you to give up your life. I always want to be the one to give up my life, but I want you to be sure about me, and that's not easy to find. I mean, and I can be very irritable, so I can get sick of people quick, and they can get sick of me quick, and I have weird interests. Not weird in a bad way, but just like super into sports. I want to go to antique stores. I'm like all over the place, and some people can't keep up with that, and I work incredibly hard. And I think a lot of people say they want someone who works hard and all that, but they don't really. They want someone who worked hard, and then they want them to give it up and give them all their free time. That's what I've found anyways. They like that I do all the things I do and I'm a hard worker, but then they want me to give it all up and give them all my free time. I can't. So one day maybe I'll find a woman who is on my same wavelength, that wants to do cool things and live with the bigger picture in mind, not just us in this little picture. Both things matter, but I don't want to just live for myself. I don't want to just live where I'm just consuming. I just work a job I don't like, and I come home and we make a good meal and just watch a movie. I love doing that, but I don't want to do it every night. I want to have bigger goals also. I can't do that. And that's why he's lonely. Nah, but I'd rather just be alone than be with someone that diminishes my shine or I diminish theirs. I don't want to be a burden to anyone either. So it's not just my ego where it's like, oh, they're ruining it for me. I feel like I ruin it for other people too. So I don't want to do that to anyone. You know what I mean? Music's not that bad. It's actually pretty good. Well, thank you. Thank you. Honestly, my unreleased music is way better than the music I put out. I just never finished it. Fortunately, I had a good friend of mine. We would hang out. His father moved back to Manhattan Beach, so I can't really hang out that much. That always sucks, man. That always sucks. When are you game dropping a rap track called Welcome to OACO? It's okay to not to be married. I'm not in a hurry to be married. Yeah, like I would love to be in a committed relationship. I want to be. And I was in a relationship about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. She was cool. I have nothing but love for her. But our lives were very different, and unfortunately that made it so that we had to go our separate ways. No hard feelings. It's a long story that I don't want to put out there. We still have nothing but love for each other. But we were very different, and she wanted nothing to do with my channel, really. She did help me a couple times. She's actually in a split second of a video somewhere. I forgot which video. But for the most part, she didn't want to be on my social media. She didn't want to be part of it, and that was kind of hard for me. And but she's an awesome person, and that was a weird road we went down, and that wasn't easy, but it is what it is. Yeah. But again, she doesn't want to have any part of social media or my channel or anything, so I can't say too much. She'll be mad at me. But yeah, you need to listen to the unreleased stuff. The unreleased stuff I'll put out someday when I have time to finish it. Go to bed listening to Janet Jackson's I Get So Lonely. I love that song. I got beautiful cats to come home to. Dude, that's why I need a cat, dude. I want a cat so bad. I want a dog too, but my lifestyle, how much I work and stuff, I just feel like it wouldn't be fair to the animal. I don't want them to have a terrible life, you know? But I want an animal so bad. So many times, like when I was an angsty teenager, dude, and I had my dog Philo, he was my best friend, my noble steed. I like being alone, but I don't like being lonely. Dude, 100%. I like being alone, but I don't want it to be a choice. I mean, I want it to be a choice. When it's not a choice, it kills me. But if it's my choice, I'm like, yeah, I don't want to go. I'm going to stay home. But if I don't have a choice, oh, it hurts. Like if I had time and money to fly down to LA regularly, that would be cool as hell. But nowadays, that's not reasonable. Try to find those Southwest deals, man. You know, she wasn't that nice then. No, she was nice. She's an awesome person. I can't say because it'll expose it, but there was something that forced us to separate, basically. A cultural, religious thing. That's all I can say. I can't say any further. She's an awesome person. And her not wanting to be involved was not because she was being mean. She didn't like being on social media. Got a dog to come home to, but I do have my mom take care of him. That's cool. Yeah, dude, pets are the best, dude. There used to be this little cat that'd be around my complex, and I haven't seen it in a while, and I'm so sad because that was my little homie. When I'd go get my mail, he would follow me, and he would literally come into my apartment sometimes. I would just leave the door open. Like, he would follow me all the way back from the mail on the other side of my complex, which is pretty big. Follow me all the way, and I would just leave my front door open and just let him explore for a little bit, and then he would just leave. He was my little homie. I haven't seen him in a while, and it's sad. My cats love me. Anybody else? I feel you, bro. I feel you. Look, it's not, obviously this is not the channel to even really talk about it. But yes, I would love to be in a committed relationship, but I'm not going to force it. I'm not going to force it. If it happens, it happens. And someone's going to have to tell me they like me. I'm no longer flirting or hitting on anyone. I'm just going to work on me and work on my videos and my career. And that's it. So, good luck. You know? Hey, good luck, dude. But look, I know some of you out there are also lonely and dealing with stuff and all that. Just know that you're not alone. You're not alone at all. I totally feel it. Dating has definitely gotten much harder as I'm getting older. Much harder, dude. Much harder. Social media definitely, I know it's super cliche. Oh, social media. But like everybody has so many options and it's just like the was it the anxiety of choice or whatever? It's something we have too many choices. It's like when you're trying to watch a movie and you got all these streaming services and like there's too many movies, so you end up not watching any because you're like, oh, I don't know which one to choose. That's how dating is. Let me guess, she was a Cowboys fan. That's a good that's a funny guess, but no. She was a 49er fan. She's from San Francisco. She's a 49er fan. Went with me to a game. One game. It was fun. She was awesome. Can't say anything bad about her. Just, unfortunately, yeah. I'm gonna die alone. I mean, that's how I feel. It scares me to die alone, but yeah. Dude, that's why I'm hoping, my awesome niece and my nephew, I'm showering them with love. Hopefully they remember that. And they can help take care of me when I'm falling apart in a few years. Yeah. Dog is right next to me. Watch the live stream. Dude, your dog watches the live stream? Heck yeah, dude. I was never in social media until 2021. I get that. But when you love somebody, before you do anything for them, like supporting them in social media right here. Yeah, I guess. Now, social media can be detrimental to women in high school because they see all these Instagram models. Self-image just gets distorted for sure. Everyone's like comparing themselves, and yeah, it sucks, man. It sucks. I know, like, I feel like everybody kind of gets it. Like, as guys, we see all these like athletes and all that, and it's like trying to be strong and tough. And then women, they see these, the models, and everything seems perfect, and they're just traveling. They're just always in a tropical place and stuff, and like, yeah, that's hard to keep up with, man. Dude. Heck yeah, dude. We got all kinds of pets watching the live stream, dude. Hey. Variety show loves your pets. Like being single myself is the best. Yeah. I mean, single, obviously it's got a lot of pros and cons. There's cons too, though. So, like, I love that I have my own place. I can have all this junk around without someone being like, no, let's redecorate it, or I don't want that up, right? I can just have my stupid stuff on the wall. But, being in a committed relationship is also awesome in its own ways. I think everybody in a relationship wants to be single, and everyone single wants to be in a relationship. At the same time, I don't feel like I'm fully who I need to be dating. Dude, that's 100% how I felt a lot of times in my life, where I'm like, man, I want to really date and like find someone, but I'm like, I'm struggling here. I'm like, I'm out of shape. I'm like, all these things. Like, there's always something where I feel, but like, you can't wait for things to be perfect, But I just want to meet someone organically, And then obviously there's people I like or crushes or whatever, but it's just like, again, like I said earlier, I feel like nobody likes me. Even a girl can be like, I like you. I'd be like, no, you don't. No, you don't. You don't really know me then, because you'll get to know me. You won't like me. That's how traumatized I am. What type of dog would you get if you got one? I like every kind of dog. My noble steed was a black lab that I loved. I had a lot of pit bulls growing up. We had one with my mom. My dad had a bunch too, and my stepmom had some. And so I always liked pit bulls, but I've never really had like a small dog. So I don't even want like a toy dog, like a tiny one, but like little kind of smaller mid-size, like a beagle has always been my dream dog. But I know beagles, like, they bark a lot, which would suck because I get real irritable with noises. But if I could get a quiet beagle, that'd be awesome. Stuff in the back is cool. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. I got the 415 thing here. Look at you. You're so cute. Aw, dude. Aw. I feel like I'm ugly. That's another thing. I feel like I'm ugly. Look at all these splotches on my skin. I got all these freckles. It's all ugly. It's all gross, dude. I'm out of shape. I'm in terrible shape right now. And the older you get, the harder it is to get it back. So yeah, I'm insecure like crazy. I feel like nobody would ever want me. You know? That's just how it is, dude. And I've been in, I don't know why I'm talking about this, but whatever, dude. We're yapping. The longest relationship I've been in, I was committed. I thought we were going to get married and have kids. I was all in. So it's not like I've never been there before. I was there before. I was all in. And it didn't happen. We were young. We were young and dumb. Didn't happen. We were together for almost 4 years. So I have it in me, dude. I have it in me. Okay? Just didn't happen. For now, he's a bachelor. He's an eligible bachelor, dude. All right? I'm not going to say that. Never mind. Ignore me. Just want to be happy. However that comes. I just want to be happy. I just noticed, I think on my checklist, is there an extra space in between of and ideas? I think there is, dude. And that bothers me. I've been bad at the details lately. Nobody say anything in chat so the "you are so cute" stays there. I want that to stay on screen as long as possible. If you can deal with all the hair. Yeah, the hair of like dogs and the hair, I always have lint rollers. It annoys me. Small dogs are the best. My Chihuahua is the best. She's the sweetest little dog. If you touch me, she'll take your fingers off. Yeah. I've never myself had a little dog, but I've like known people that had little dogs. I've dated people that had little dogs, so that's cool. Love yourself, my friend. You do have it in you. All right. Look, I'm difficult. I know I'm difficult. I'm irritable. I know I'm irritable. I gotta have someone chill, dude. I gotta have someone who's crazy like me a little bit, that wants to just have fun, but is also like, integrity is important. I can't be with someone selfish and arrogant and, bro, like if you can't return your shopping cart in the parking lot, we're not gonna work out. If you don't use your blinker, we're not gonna work out, dude. Okay? You have to be a kind person, but you also have to like have a curiosity of life. So like, look, I've said this before, dude. I can't travel like most people. I can't just go travel and just like go to brunch and have drinks and go to the resort. I like that stuff, but I can't just do that. I got to go see the weird historical stuff. I got to crawl around in the dirt. You know what I mean? I got to find the weird stuff, the cool stuff, the hidden stuff. I can't just go to the resort and have drinks. I can't travel that way. I can't just go to the rooftop bar when I travel, okay? I have to like go into the tunnels, into the caves, dude. I need someone that wants to see that crazy stuff too. Okay, and I feel like when I look at like social media, when I see people travel, they will go to some new city and they just go to the rooftop bar and they go eat and they go to like the most famous tourist spot and that's it. No, we got to dive deep into that history. Okay, so I need someone that's curious and wants to explore and do all that stuff. And they got to be down for other stuff that I don't want to say on the live stream, but if you're a guy, you get it. All right, and look, whatever. Oh boy, I gotta retrieve the carts outside of where I work. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You will find the right one. Yeah, look, I'm not saying the conversation just arrived here. I'm not tripping on this. This is not like me sitting here going, I need to find a girl. No, I'm just it came up. It came up and we're talking about it. I'm not crying to try to find someone right now. I always put my cart back where it belongs. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you. Thank you. I use my blinker all the time. Oh, Jenny, she's a keeper. One time in Mexico, I saw the finger of a saint in a cathedral. It was trippy. That dude, see, I need to see appendages, mummified appendages, dude. I need to see that. I can't just be at the rooftop bar. Okay? I can't just be by the poolside drinking mojitos, dude. Like, that is cool, but that's not how I travel. I feel like, look, this is going to come across as judgmental, but I don't mean it to be, because everyone gets to enjoy things the way they want to enjoy them, and I don't hate on it. But I am not the type. I can't do that. I can't just go do things in the other city that I can do at home. I live in the Bay Area. I'm very fortunate to live in the Bay Area, where I can go to all the rooftop bars and eat all the crazy food that I want. I can do that anytime. So I'm not going to fly. I'm not going to fly to Dayton, Ohio and just go to their pools and have a cocktail and then go find, whoever's got the best truffle butter. That stuff is cool. I want to do that, but I also got to see other stuff. I travel differently than most people. Okay? I travel differently. So I need to be with someone who's down for those adventures. So yeah, look, if you want to go to Paris and you want to get your camel coat, right? Your big long trench coat and big sunglasses and take your model pics out front of the Louvre, we can do that. But we also need to go to the catacombs. You know what I mean? Yes, I will take a picture or a video of you in front of the Eiffel Tower when it's all sparkly at night, right? In your fancy coat and dress and big boots. And you can look like a model in front of the Eiffel Tower. We can do that. But I also want to go see any World War II bunkers that are nearby. You know what I mean? So I need someone curious like that. I need someone that wants to learn history with me. Why would you want to go to Ohio in the first place? Dude, I want to go everywhere. There's no place on planet Earth that I don't want to go. Even war-torn areas, I wish they weren't war-torn so I could go see them and learn the history. There's not a place... Look, right now, if you were like, I will pay for you to go choose a place, I would be happy. I've never been to Ohio. You know how bad I want to go to Cleveland? I want to go to Cleveland so bad. I have a list of cool things. I was trying to go to Cleveland a few years ago for a Browns game. And another cool thing that I wanted to see to do an episode on, and I wasn't able to go. And I'm sad, and I still want to go to Cleveland. I want to go to Cincinnati. I want to go to all these places, dude. Underground music of Paris. That'd be cool. Isn't the catacombs the mausoleum underneath Paris? Yes. Flavortown, USA. I'll go there. The trenches in northern France seem cool. For sure, dude. If I could go to Normandy Beach, dude, you know how over the moon I would be? I wanna see all that stuff. And I need someone that's down to see it. And I need someone that is generous. And I need someone that isn't rude to wait staff, right? And I need someone that's patient. And I need someone that will run around Disneyland with me and act like a child. Okay? Look, I'm old. He turned old. Okay? I'm officially old. And I run around Disneyland like I'm 11. Okay? I lost my voice a couple weeks ago at Disneyland. I lost my voice because I wanted to make my niece laugh. So you know what I did at Disneyland? Everywhere we went, I tried to get people to clap it up. Because I said, hey, this is Walt Disney's original Magic Kingdom, baby. Clap it up for Uncle Walt. Because we're blessed and lucky to be at Disneyland. While there's people in other parts of the planet being bombed. So I got people to clap it up. I got people to toast to their churros. Okay? And I lost my voice. So I need a woman who's down to... I mean, you don't have to lose your voice with me. But at least be amused. At least be okay with it. You know what I mean? And if I want to go to Disneyland from open to close, you're going to have to be right there with me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So do you understand when I give all these parameters and these standards, how hard it is to find someone that'll fit all that? And I got to be attracted to you? It's a long, hard road. Been to Michigan because of family, and it's very different. I would love to go to Michigan too. I've never been. Cincinnati is close to me. It's a cool place. Lots to do there. That's what I'm saying, dude. My truck got stolen in Cleveland. Please tell me that story. What the heck? To be fair, Skyline Chili seems pretty good, so I'm not trying to. I don't know what Skyline Chili is, unfortunately. Went to Oklahoma for family. We went and saw the Oklahoma City bombing site. See, that's the kind of stuff I gotta see, man. I'm old, dude. I promise you I'm old. Well, sad and interesting. I bet. I gotta see that. Grandparents on my father's side were from Toledo, Ohio. And I'm like the most patient that I've met. Jenny, you're checking off all the boxes. Disneyland trip must have been so much fun. It was, well, so the Disneyland trip, me and my niece went for a week in the summer, and then 2 weeks ago we went for a day, and we went from basically open to close, and it was awesome. Have you tried dating apps? I know people are against this. Oh, my girl. I have off and on, but you know what? First of all, I think I can't even say it. All right, dating apps, I don't think people like to see me on there. First of all, but also dating apps make me incredibly depressed. Incredibly depressed. So when a girl comes up on a dating app and I have to swipe right or swipe left, if I swipe no on them, I feel so bad. I feel so bad, dude. Because they're just like me. They're just trying to find love, dude. They just want to be loved and supported, dude. And here I come along and I'm like, nope. Dude, it makes me feel so bad, dude. It makes me feel... I feel terrible. I feel terrible doing it. So I can't. And then here I am getting hurt because I'm getting swiped no on. You know what I mean? I don't want to hurt people's feelings, dude. You know how... I can't... I keep forgetting. This is a family channel. I can't go into this. I maybe tell you on the Discord. There's been so many times where I have... How can I say this? I have hung out with a girl only because I felt too bad to say no and I didn't want to hurt their feelings. And I feel so bad, dude, swiping no on girls. I feel so bad. So I'm just like, I want everyone to find love and everyone to be happy and find a partner and be supported. I want everybody to have that. And here I am, a big old jamoke, just be like, nope. Nope. It's messed up, man. It's messed up. And it's like, it's an advertisement. It's not even the real person, you know? That's what I said. Cinnamon in the chili. I gotta try it. And spaghetti. All right, I gotta try that. Sounds good. A lot of people on dating apps who just want sex, and that's fun, but it's also really depressing. Yeah, exactly. Burger King commercial, the chicken tender swiping on Tinder. I've never seen that. That's funny. I've never seen that commercial. I gotta see that. We're cut from the same cloth, and the same when it comes to dating apps. Yeah, it's just I feel bad, man. I feel bad saying no, and I feel bad not getting matches. I feel the whole thing feels bad. It just feels bad. You're just judging people based on an advertisement. You know? It just sucks. It's just depressing. And, you know, a lot of people say this, so I hate to say it because it's kind of a cliche too, but you see some people on dating apps who are like, I understand why you're on a dating app. So I'm going to have to say no. And then that feels bad. It all feels bad, dude. It all feels bad. You know? Anyways, I'm yapping tonight. The kid's yapping tonight. Skyline is the biggest Cincy chili chain, but there's also Gold Star, which is very similar. Dude, I didn't know about that. I did not know about Skyline chili, so that is definitely something I'm looking forward to trying. I am trying to, I probably say this all the time too, but I'm trying to go to Buffalo this season. I'm trying to count for a snow game and at the last minute just get a ticket to Buffalo to go to a snow game and do a video. That's what I'm trying to do. But there's a bunch of stuff in Buffalo I want to see, but I wouldn't have time to do it, so that would suck. And I need to go back to Birmingham so I can go back to Rickwood Field and do a full Rickwood Field history video. Just don't want to put myself in that situation. I feel you. It's weird. It is weird. You have the advantage of being able to put 2-team sports owner on your profile. Dude, you're right, dude. I just got to get a gold digger, don't I? Just got to get a gold digger, dude. That's funny. I should put that. See the Bills? Yes, I want to see the Bills because they're building their new stadium, and I want to see their current stadium before it's gone. But look, this wasn't meant to be the Dayton live stream, you know? But it came up, and we talked about it. Look, I'm an eligible bachelor, but he's got standards, and I'd rather just be alone than force something or settle. And that is difficult. Okay? Now, if any young lady... All right, I'm not going to say that. I'm open to friendship. All right? I say this. They will never put a Skyline chili in Michigan. Do they hate Michigan? Ohio and Michigan is really that. The beef is real, huh? Bills versus Niners? Maybe. It just depends. I want to go to a snow game if I can. So it depends. If there's snow in Buffalo... So you guys might remember, but I had a whole Buffalo trip planned 2 years ago. I had the Airbnb paid for. Everything was paid for. And then the snowstorm came, and it got bigger and bigger and bigger until eventually the game was moved. The flights were canceled. Roads were closed. You were not allowed to be outside because it was too dangerous. And I had to fight for all my refunds. So I was supposed to go already. But, you know, there you plug yourself like you do your business email. You're right. Could be, hey, I could be sponsored. You could sponsor this pretty face. All right. I can't believe this is the longest live stream of all time. I'm gonna get to editing now because I slept all day. Woo! Hey, ladies, you want a guy that sleeps all day? Anyways, I love you guys. You guys are the best. Remember to vote, okay? I would never tell you how to vote. I will just tell you that how I vote. All right. So I am voting Kamala, and I am voting because I think that's the decent vote to make. I think that is the only vote with any kind of integrity or respect to other people behind it. And that's the only thing I'll say. But I respect you guys, however you know, you see things, and I'm open to debate. Okay? I love everyone. That's my thing. Ohio and Michigan almost went to war over Toledo, like a full-blown war over a strip of land on the state line. That is so funny. Don't end it, brother. Just got here. Dude, it's been over 3.5 hours, man. Over 3.5 hours. I did a lot of yapping, dude. You can rewind it. I did a lot of yapping. Did you hear about the documentary about the serial killer that appeared on a dating game in '78? Yeah, I did. Was it the Night Stalker or who was it? I forgot who it was. Yes, I have watched that. I was gonna say it must be late there, 6:30 p.m. Monday night here. Hey, you guys are in the future, dude. What's it like? All right, Jamie, you have a great week as well. Someone needs to sponsor that pretty face. That's what I'm saying, dude. Thanks, bro. I appreciate you. Had a rough day and you put a smile on my face. Hope you have a good week. Shot Simple, dude. I appreciate you so much. I barely have any members on this channel. You're one of the only members on this channel. That means the world to me. Okay? And I do have some more members only videos that I'm gonna put out. Tuning in from Houston, 135. I love Houston, man. I need to get back to Houston. Good night, Dylan. Variety Squad. I love the Yaps session and the deepness. Live life vertically. That's right, Vertlife. So what'd you dress as Halloween? I dressed as a worker working their normal job because I was at work. I wore my Halloween dunks though. Okay. So I wore my Halloween dunks. This year I forgot to wear my coffin dunks because time just went by too fast. I was like, oh shoot, I didn't wear my coffin dunks. I have 2 pairs of Halloween shoes and I only wore one. Ezekiel, you're a little late, brother. This was a good one. Thanks. Thank you, man. And thank you. Wait, where'd my hat go? Where'd I put it? Oh, I put it with my other hats because I was trying to clean up. Thanks for the Aces hat. Still, I had it right here until yesterday. H-Town, hold it down. You know what it is. Now, I love Houston. I'm going to get back there. I got to get back there. I got one more Houston video to drop, actually, that I filmed out there, but I haven't put it out yet. Wait, is it Houston? No, it's not Houston. Sorry. It's outside of Houston. When was the last time you were in Houston? Last year. Beginning of last year. So it's been a while. I appreciate you guys. One love. All right. Live life vertical. Get your vote out. All right. Voting is very important. All right. I love you guys. Everyone's the best. And all kind things, good things, wonderful things. And go Warriors. Go Niners. All right. That's what it is. For life.